and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM Channel 89.
Never.
Bucket is good.
Not.
Man, he pulled out the whole package there.
Exciting.
The Raptors are up 16.
We're just getting started. This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
It's the beginning, we just got started.
Pace needs to be there until last 2 minutes on the clock. You know, you guys play to your identity. Last 2-3 minutes of the game, you gotta be a little bit more assertive at what's going on, and to take good shots, knowing if you have a lead or not having a lead. It came down to a couple of silly mistakes that led to overtime, and in overtime, we just did not have enough.
I think it's all about finding a balance. Wasn't really getting stopped, so it's hard to be able to get the transition points when we're not getting stops and just getting layups on the other end. And especially when we turn the ball over, coming off, and then, we got to be able to make those reads, and we just wasn't making those right reads tonight.
The voices of Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic and Scotty Barnes. And I'm hesitating right off the bat here, folks, because that was a tough one a couple of nights ago as the Raptors squandered a 16-point fourth quarter lead. Had a 4-point lead in the dying seconds to only give up a 3-ball plus a foul. The and one was good. 4-point play, go to overtime. Bulls outscore the Raptors by 10. Toronto loses the ball game. And as Darko, Jonesy, and Scotty Barnes were just talking about, it's that battle, that fine line, I suppose, between being and staying aggressive versus perhaps playing it a little bit safe. And if you play it safe, do you risk squandering things or kind of playing on your heels a bit and allowing an opponent to come back, and everything that you're trying to not do ends up happening? And that's kind of what ultimately did do in Toronto a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, I like the part about staying aggressive. And listen, we know no big lead in the NBA is safe these days at any time, because of the propensity for teams to shoot the three and how prevalent and prominent it's become in the game. That said, for me, with a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter, my aggression consists of attacking, and unless it's the right person shooting the three, I'm not taking a three. I'm everything in the paint or 15 feet in the mid-range, working the clock to get that shot, which will keep you aggressive. So, listen, it's easy to look back at it now and play, what's your line, Monday morning quarterback?
Yep.
It's easy now, but you do chalk it up to the fact that hopefully it's a learning experience. And I talk about this, not only a learning experience for the team, but a learning experience for the coaching staff as well. And they're able to, take this and make sure that it doesn't happen again, at least not with that kind of regularity.
Raptors rolling into this ball game at 18-42. The Magic at 29-32. Certainly an important game for the Magic when you think about where they stand in the Eastern Conference playoff picture. They are 8th right now. They are just a half game behind Miami in 7th, but only a game and a half ahead of the 9th-seeded Atlanta Hawks as things kind of jam up in the Eastern Conference playoff picture as we head into the final 6 weeks of the season. Toronto Raptors basketball is brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors, as we are counting down to tip-off in Orlando. Let's get the keys to victory, brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get performance and get in the game with the Civic Hybrid, available now at your Ontario Honda dealers. Jones, your keys to victory.
Well, number one would be after the coming off the episode, shall we call it, in the last game, would be number one would be bounce back and make sure that you don't live with that. It was a terrible loss. You had the win in your hands. The first key is bouncing back. How do you do that? Leads to our second key. Number two, make sure your offense is crisp and precision. Orlando has the number one defense in the NBA when in terms of points allowed, field goals attempted per game, and they can choke you off. So your offense has got to be on. On the other end, they're last in the NBA in scoring. Like, people look at Toronto. Toronto's 23rd. They're in the bottom third, but they're 7-8 spots ahead of Orlando. And on paper, this is a 110-104 game for Toronto,
right,
looking at the numbers. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say Toronto, key number 2 is making sure that your offense is aggressive and you look after the ball because of the way Orlando plays defense. And number 3 is your defense is up to scratch, because sometimes Orlando couldn't score if they were in the gym by themselves.
Again, the keys to victory brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. It's the Raptors and Magic, and we are getting set for tip-off down in Orlando. I can let you know that the planned starters tonight, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl, Grady Dick, and Emmanuel Quickley. For the Magic, it's Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr., Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Cole Anthony. And the Raptors will not have to deal with the guy that has become one of the great pests in the game,
Jalen
Suggs. Unfortunately for him, he is done for the year. So as much as the Raptors have been ravaged by the injury bug, so too have the Magic. And that's why we look at them now at 3 games below 500 after the extremely hot start they had when they were among the top teams in the Eastern Conference. And unfortunately, for a number of factors, but again, I would say injuries right at the top of that list, they have been kind of slip-sliding as this season has kind of unfolded.
Yeah, Eric, and they held it together really well when they lost both Banchero and Franz Wagner.
Yep.
And then when those guys came back, it was like they exhaled, and they've had a tough time. I mean, they started at home 10-0 this year. They're 8-13 since then. And it coincided with those guys coming back. So you can't relax just because you've got your guys back. And I think Orlando, there was a tendency to kind of do that once they got Wagner and Banchero back.
We'll step aside for the break. When we come back, it's the tip-off of the Raptors and Magic on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank. This is how we fan. Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors, right here on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
How to fix broken furnace. What's a heat exchanger?
You might not know how to fix a furnace, but we do. We're Reliance Home Comfort, here to take your call 24/7. And if you need a new furnace, ask us about our next day or we pay installation guarantee. Plus, right now, save 20% during the Reliance team member pricing event, where you pay what we pay. So if you need help now, call on Reliance. Conditions apply. See website for details.
Rogers Xfinity Internet is ready for everything, so you can search and stream and shop and study and share and play and post and work and watch and game and work out and download and... Wow, that's a lot. And now you can save a lot, too, at the Rogers Spring Event. Visit in-store or Rogers.com and save on Canada's most reliable internet. Get Rogers Xfinity Internet and be ready to do more everything.
Check out 32 Thoughts, the podcast, brought to you by the GMC Sierra AT4X, where some roads end, other journeys begin. With off-road suspension, selectable traction modes, and up to 14 available camera views, the Sierra AT4X is engineered for the roughest terrain. Experience the peak of premium off-roading today at gmccanada.ca to see the Sierra AT4X.
Back in 95 when I had my own page, shooting some hoops, hanging out in the park. I jumped in the car with the girl by my side, with the black curls and bright blue eyes. We cruised past the court where the Raptors played. The game was tight and the crowd was swayed, but we were on a mission, on the move, gotta roll. For the 95 McFlurry, that's how we stroll. Let's ride the 95 McFlurry, for a limited time only at participating McDonald's restaurants in Ontario.
At Desjardins, we speak business. We speak equipment modernization. We're fluent in data digitization and expansion into foreign markets. And we can talk all day about streamlining manufacturing processes. Because at Desjardins Business, we speak the same language you do, business. So join the more than 400,000 Canadian entrepreneurs who already count on us and contact Desjardins today. We'd love to talk business.
Great goal! Let's go to Dave at the bench.
Oh,
What a shot, Gord. Last time we spoke, you had been really tired. Not anymore.
Yeah, snoring all night. Losing sleep ruins your game.
Problem snoring? Suffer from sleep apnea? Invest in yourself. Call Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. She'll use her laser to help treat your snoring and oral appliance like a sports mouth guard for your sleep apnea. Your partner will thank you.
Thanks, Gord. Book your appointment.
What's up, Raptors fans? Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you a Raptors fan? Have you not hit the subscribe button yet? Oh, you probably have. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. All of you who have. 81,000. We're about to pass 82. We're on our way up to 100,000 subscribers. 84, 85, 86. Let's keep it going. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Thank you for turning on that bell and coming back and hanging out with us every single Raptors game. A lot of good basketball coming up in March. The SEC tournament, possibly. Every single game of March Madness. Every single game of the NBA playoffs. We're going to have a lot of fun here on TSI. Thank you for being here. Thank you for becoming an insider and hitting that subscribe button. Go Raptors, go!
Teams that have done the same in Toronto as well. So again, an extended stay in Florida.
They got one coming up this weekend with Washington, right?
Yep.
8th and 10th.
They do. I'm sure a lot of people are really marking their calendars for that one.
For the Washington Wizards, yeah. Although, hey.
They all count.
They beat Charlotte the other day.
Yep, and they all count. Good or bad, they all count. Must be nice, though, to be a member of the Raptors right now and get a little 4.5 day stay after the game on Friday night in Chicago. Fly immediately to Florida, get the off day on Saturday. The day today before the evening tip, and then you've got a full day in Florida tomorrow, and then the evening tip on Tuesday night, not back until probably 3 in the morning on Wednesday or something. So a nice long stay down in Florida to recharge the batteries in the midst of this very cold winter in southern Ontario. We are set to go with Pirtle in the middle, the Raptors in red, the Magic in white. Toronto wins the tip there, moving left to right as Quickly comes across center. Over to Barnes on the wing far side. Back up top to Quickly, puts it on the floor, drives down Main Street, scoop it up and in, and the Raptors strike first.
Emmanuel Quickly has been really aggressive. I like what I've seen from him since he's come back from injury.
Magic, their first touch of the game. Franz Wagner has it out towards center, now on the far side, guarded by R.J. Barrett. Magic working around into the hands of Banchero. And now we have an illegal screen.
Yeah, I got to tell you, for all the slack that people have given R.J. Barrett for his defense,
has been solid.
On this first play, he was in Franz Wagner's kitchen, and like Jamal Shead and Davion Mitchell, because he fought over the screen and the screener had to move, he got the call. Like, that's something that if you're not watching, if you're not paying attention, you don't see that.
Raptors get the ball off the Magic turnover, leading 2-0. Scotty Barnes trying to shake Banchero at the free throw line, gets into the paint, leans in, aggressive move, but misses on the step-back jumper. Second touch now for the Magic. Pull-up jumper, straightaway. Caldwell Pope knocks it down from 18, 20 feet.
He came clean off the screen. The Raptors unable that time to stay with him.
Grady Dick in the near corner to Quickly, cutting to the tin. Over in the far corner to RJ, got into the paint, fouled on the elevation, and RJ Barrett's going to go to the free throw line.
I like it. RJ undeterred, unfazed by the fact that when he drives in, he doesn't always get the call. Today's a new day, new game, and I love the young man's attitude. And again, I go back to this, and listen, maybe I'm a little biased because I've watched the kid grow up. I know the family, but he had all these accolades as a high schooler. People forget he led Canada to gold over the U.S. Like, this is nothing. Being in the spotlight and having expectations is nothing for him, and people need to take a better look at his defense.
He goes 1 of 2 at the stripe to give the Raptors a 3-2 lead, but then the Magic quickly strike back with a Cole Anthony drive. Layup is good, and the Magic lead 4-3. Pull-up triple, deep one from Quickly on the wing near side, missed it, and Caldwell Pope grabs the rebound for the Magic. Out on the far side, KCP to the trailer. Banchero up fake, puts it on the floor, then passes back out to Anthony. Cross court over to Caldwell Pope. And Caldwell Pope is fouled on the floor. And the Magic will keep the ball in inbound with a fresh 14, leading 4-3. 1 point advantage for the Magic as Anthony throws it in. And the Magic work it around to Caldwell Pope. Pull-up jumper near side is good. He's got the range going tonight. Another 20-footer for KCP. 6-3 Orlando. Barrett with a handoff, far side. To Barnes up top, to Pirtle on the perimeter. Yak now back to Barnes out at the logo at center. Bounce pass to RJ far side to a cutting Pirtle up and under the tin with the reverse layup.
Terrific job. Great two-man game on the strong side. You got to stick to shooters quickly and Grady on the weak side.
RJ with a good defensive play to stop Cole Anthony for going up and under on a reverse layup. Raptors get the ball, trailing by 1, but then promptly turn it over. Barrett fed and led Grady Dick a little bit too far, and Grady couldn't control it. It's the first turnover of the game for the Raps.
Scotty was on the same plane. Sometimes it makes me wonder if that pass wasn't for him, but...
Yep. Anthony across center for the Magic, going to Wagner. Ball knocked away by RJ, and RJ gets right up on him out towards center court. Over to Banchero. Banchero hands off to Anthony. Turns the corner down Main Street. No help came, but Anthony blows the layup.
I think that was designed, Eric, because RJ was on the strong side with Wagner. And if he helps, then Wagner's got an open three. Leave the help for Pirtle to come. He was a little bit late, but that's a designed coverage.
Unfortunately for the Raptors on the other end, off the Orlando miss, Grady Dick with an air ball with a wing three and gives the ball right back to the Magic. 6-5 Orlando leading. A little more than 3 minutes gone by here opening quarter. Cole Anthony out towards center with Quickly on his hip. Now Quickly backs off a little bit and then got caught with a reach, and it's the first foul of the game on Emmanuel Quickly. 8:46 to go, opening quarter. Thanks for tuning in on this Sunday night on the Sportsnet Radio Network. And Jonesy, we'll probably mention it once or twice tonight, but we've got to shout out our guy Andrew Adams, our technical director, who is leaving us after tonight, his last shift at Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Raptors Radio Network. He's going to be staying in North America, but heading down to Mexico.
Free agent, man. We lost him.
Maybe he'll find a pro league down in Mexico and he can work some basketball games down there. Magic leading 6-5. It stays that way off the miss from Franz Wagner, and it goes off a foot down low. I believe that might have gone off Banchero's foot. Either way, it's Raptor ball with 8:30 to go in the opening quarter.
That was the first touch for Wagner in about 3.5 minutes. And you know what happens when you don't touch the ball in the while. When you get it, it's like, okay, it's my turn. I got to do something.
Driving far side and then reversing it, going up and under from left to right is Scotty Barnes with a pretty layup, and the Raptors lead 7-6. Banchero driving far side. Cut off at the 10. Both Barnes and Pirtle were there, and the Raptors get the stop. They've got numbers coming the other way. Down Main Street. Who needs numbers? It's a one-hand cram for R.J. Barrett, and the Raptors lead 9-6.
Great job. Vertical by Pirtle. Scotty also there to deter Banchero, and Orlando just couldn't get matched up on the way back, and it was a wide-open lane for the Barrett jam.
8:01 to go, opening quarter. Raptors leading 9-6 on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 8:01 to go, opening quarter. Raptors leading 9-6. RJ Barrett with a thunderous dunk moments ago. He's got 3 points in the ball game. He has added an assist as well. The Raptors out of the gate shooting 57%. And Jones, I want to go back to RJ Barrett. You were talking about him earlier in the game. You were giving him his flowers, and rightfully so, not just for what he's done defensively. The only blemish I really see is the free throw shooting.
Yeah.
It's below 66%. But otherwise, we're talking about a career year. You already mentioned the defense. I would say the best we've seen him play defensively. But how about just shy of 22 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists? Not many guys in the league are averaging 21.5, 6.5, and 5.5.
Well, round it off. He's 22, 7, and 6. Those are damn good numbers.
Damn good. No doubt. No doubt. Out of the timeout, Orlando with the ball, trailing by 3.
I want to finish that thought when we get a chance, Eric.
Absolutely. Wagner around a screen set by Carter, driving on the near side. Good job by Pirtle to get big and get in front of both Wagner and the rim, but unfortunately the Raptors can't get the loose ball. Carter comes up with it, and the Raptors pick up a reach-in foul.
Well, penetration means big comes to help. When big helps, his big is free probably on a smaller guy, and that's what happened. Eric, with the free throws going on now by Wendell Carter Jr., people will say, well, RJ's 22, 7, and 6 on a team that's 18 and 42. Okay, I get it. But what that means is he's capable of those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And when the team gets better and his numbers go down, that doesn't mean he is incapable of a big game or a big showing for a stretch in case somebody's hurt or to keep the team afloat or when you get in a playoff series. I think this kid is really undervalued.
9-8, Raptors leading after the free throws were both good for Carter. Grady Dick toward the far sideline, gives it up to Pirtle on the wing, who turns the corner, tries to get into the paint, stops on a dime, then turns, fires, and misses, but it's a travel on Jakob Pirtle as he picked up that pivot foot. I'm gonna put one more bow in this RJ Barrett conversation as well.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying about the critics that might talk about, oh, you're doing it on a team that's 18 and 42, but he's one of 2 guys doing it on that team. So it's not like he's just ball hogging and stat filling out there, because the numbers are basically identical to what Scotty Barnes is doing as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
That to me shows the impact. If 2 guys can have those types of numbers, it's not just one guy filling it up.
If the Raptors had a decent record, like, you could potentially have 2 All-Stars.
Yeah. Barrett on cue took the shot, but unfortunately couldn't put the ball on it for us as he misses the triple near side, and Orlando comes down the floor as Wagner went on a bit of a rim run, got behind the Raptor defense and laid it in to put the Magic up by 1. It's 10-9. And an offensive foul is called against the Raptors. I'm going to have to either clean my glasses or check the replay on this one, as I guess they get Scotty Barnes for a hold. He tried to set a screen and then maybe held on to Cole Anthony.
He kept moving. That was it. Huh. He kind of kept it moving.
So a third turnover by the Raptors. They have yet to give up points off any of these turnovers. We'll see if that changes right here. Approaching the midway point of the quarter, Orlando leading Toronto 10-9. Caldwell Pope into the paint. Fires onto the near sideline to Howard, who missed the triple, and the Raptors grab the rebound. Across center comes quickly. Right down Main Street, went right at Cole Anthony, and Anthony got a piece of that one, knocked it away. They're going to say no foul. but it will stay with the Raptors. 18 on the shot clock. Nice job there breaking out after that miss by Jet Howard, but quickly just could not get by Cole Anthony. Raptors now trailing 10-9 with 6:08 to go in the game as Quickly sits down, as does Jakob Poeltl. Jamal Shead and Jonathan Mobo coming into the ballgame. In fact, Orlando Robinson has checked in as well. We'll clean up the lineups on both sides in just a couple of moments.
Guys in the locker room better get used to Jamal Shead pushing his chest out. The Cougars, another regular season title, and they could be a Final Four team, man.
Shead's got it right now with a triple on the wing far side. Missed it down low, flying in, keeping it alive is Mobo. Robinson there as well. They get it into the hands of Grady. Back out on the perimeter to Shead. Into the paint, lost the handle. It was poked away by Carter, then off the leg of Shead, and it'll be Orlando ball. Magic still leading 10-9. It's Barrett, Dick, Mobo, Robinson, and Shead for the Magic. Banchero, Carter, Caldwell-Pope, Anthony, and Howard. Cole Anthony will bring it up for the Magic right now. Orlando shooting 40% to start this game. 5.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Out towards center. Anthony still with the ball. Shead right in front of him. Shot clock already down to 8. Magic haven't done anything yet. Anthony, far side, gets to the elbow. Jumper up, too strong. Back rim, Barrett with the rebound. And he'll bring it up across center himself toward the far side. Runs into Anthony. They call the foul as Barrett throws it up at the rim. I think they're getting it on the floor, though, with 5:15 to play. Magic leading by 1. Toronto will inbound from the side. Low-scoring affair here. And perhaps that's not a surprise given the defense that the Magic play.
Yeah, and the fact that, like I said, they can really labor at times offensively.
Barrett in the lane. Looked like he was thinking floater, at least his teammates were. And Barrett thought at the last second, I'm going to give it up to Mobo, who had vacated his spot in the far corner. And the Raptors turn it over for a 5th time in less than 7 minutes.
Yeah, Mobo was headed for the offensive glass. That's the conditioning, right? Find the guy in the corner, even if he's not a great three-point shooter, when RJ should have indeed shot it himself.
Banchero over to Howard, now on the wing far side. It's Anthony. Shot clock down to 3. Magic got to go, and Anthony just turned it over. He had his pass picked off by Barrett, who drives down the floor, then goes cross-court into the near corner to Mobo, who then tries to throw it back far side. Got picked off. Anthony down the other way. Jackknife layup is missed. Looked like he got hacked. Raptors might have got away with one. You'll take it and run if you're a Raptor fan. Mobo to the trailer Shed. 3 ball is good, and the Raptors lead by 2.
Fast breaks look so janky these days with the three-pointer involved. Guys going airborne right at the hoop on a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-2 and pitching it out to a guy behind the arc. Oh,
I'll tell you a story about a game I saw earlier today that you'll absolutely love, Jones. In fact, I'll do it right now as Banchero gets in the lane and is fouled. I went to
your alma mater.
I went to my alma mater, yep, the Humber College Hawks hosting the Durham Lords in the provincial championship today. And unfortunately, Humber lost a 12-point lead. They were up 7 at half. They were down 1 going to the 4th. They lost the game by 6. So congratulations to the Durham Lords who beat Humber by 6. Both teams, though, still going to the Nationals as Humber makes it as a wild card entry into the Elite 8. But what I was talking about, a play earlier today, I'm not going to call it any names. I don't want to throw any of the youngsters under the bus. Jonesy, Durham had a 2-on-1 in the first half. Like clear as day 2-on-1. Not like, a guy from Humber nearly snuck back into the play. 2-on-1. Dude pulled up for a 3 and missed. I couldn't believe it.
That's a classic case. Yeah, 3 is better than 2, but you ended up with nothing, pal, on a 2-on-1.
Again, congratulations. Pains me to say it, but congratulations to the Durham Lords, and a shout-out to my Humber Hawks. Still going to the Nationals.
That's why the Paul Jones basketball camp is drying up, because I refuse to teach that garbage.
Far sideline, Jamal Shead. Another triple for Jamal Shead, putting the Raptors up 15-12. After Banchero's free throws on the other end. 3:45 to go opening frame. Raptors up by 3. Banchero driving into the paint, then lobs it up. And unfortunately for the Magic, Batazzi couldn't squeeze that one. The Raptors trying to take advantage down the floor. Orlando Robinson fouled at the rim, and now the Raptor big man is going to go to the line.
I like that. That Robinson went right down the middle. Shead was standing in the corner waiting for the three. He's like, no, we're getting a layup or free throws out of this, not a potential missed three. And I know you just hit one, but to me, that's the fundamental play right there.
First free throw goes down for Robinson.
77% from the line. Pretty good for your big man. Got to have him on the floor.
And I think he's probably, I don't know this for certain. I didn't speak to the man, but I got to think he's trying to bounce back from a bit of a rough night the other night. Statistically speaking, it might not have been that bad in terms of his overall numbers. But Jonesy, his field goal percentage wasn't great because he missed a lot around the rim. As did many Raptors, especially in that fourth quarter when the Bulls made their comeback. 17-12, Raptors now leading by 5. It's their largest lead as Robinson takes care of business at the stripe. Raptors, though, give up. No, they don't. Looked like it was going to be a layup for Black. As he got to the tin, Black, hit the back of the rim with his finger roll layup, but he was fouled on the attempt by Mobo, so now Black goes to the free throw line. With 3:16 to go in the opening quarter, Raptors leading by 5, 17-12. Mobo now getting a few words from Darko over on the sideline. Anthony Black at the stripe. Gibson fires. First one too strong, back rim. Averages 9 points, 3 boards, 3 assists on the season. Second-year man out of Arkansas. He was the 6th pick in the 2023 draft. And the second free throw is good to cut the Raptor lead to 4.
A lot of Arkansas players on NBA rosters. He's kind of sneaking on there.
Robinson hands off to Scotty Barnes. Barnes with a couple of points in the ballgame and 2 assists. Back out towards center to Shead. Now on the far side, Shead sees a seam, gets down toward the block, and fires up a one-hander off glass and in. I know what you're thinking. The fundamentals. You love it from Jamal Shead.
Beautiful. Jump stop. Penetration. Use the glass. Just classic there. And it's not a stylish highlight play, but it's the right play. It's a solid play. He gets a bucket, and then he turns and is picking up Anthony Black before the ball even gets in at the free throw line.
Shead picks up a foul on the other side on a bit of a bump, but either way, he has helped the Raptors take their largest lead of the game at 6. It's 19-13, Toronto leading with 2:46 to go in the opening frame on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter, 2:46 to play, 19-13. Raptors leading the Magic. Toronto again with a balanced attack tonight, but the biggest spark plug has been Jamal Shead in only 3 minutes with 8 points. A couple of triples for the Raptor guard, and he continues to play so well in this rookie season for Toronto.
Give me that 4-year player, man. And listen, with no disrespect, give me a little bit of a comparison between how Grady's playing after one freshman season and one NBA season, and Jamal Shead, who's been a 4-year player and is now, 60 games into his NBA season?
Yeah.
Jamal's holding his own.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that, again, that's not to disrespect Grady or anybody that comes out. You're drafted on your potential and what they think you can do. And I said it all the time. Had Shead not been hurt, the Cougars would have gone further and he'd have been a higher pick.
Jacoby Walter into the game. Speaking of rookies who have played well for Toronto, rips the cords on a triple from the wing near side, and the Raptors go up 7, largest lead.
Great offense. Credit Scotty Barnes with that for a really hard roll to suck the defense in, even though he didn't have the ball.
Raptor bench outscoring Orlando 13-3 right now. And it looked like the Magic turned the ball over, but at the last minute, they're going to call a reach, I believe, on Quickly and get the foul on Emmanuel Quickly, his second, and that'll be free throws for the Magic. So Wagner goes to the free throw line, Franz Wagner. And the first one is good. It's 22-16. You know, I want to jump back to Walter for a second. I think I said this to you maybe a few broadcasts ago, Jonesy. We have, I know us, I don't know about anybody else, we have rightfully so given a ton of love and attention to Jamal Shead, and for that matter, Jonathan Mobo. Not that I'm not down with Mobo, but I know you especially love Mobo. I think we've been guilty of times not giving enough attention to what Jacoby Walter has done this season.
Yeah, he's been quietly very steady, Eric.
And he just ripped the rebound away from Da Silva on the miss from Quickly, kept the possession alive for Toronto, and the Raptors are going to get another chance right here, leading 22-17.
You know, people talk about, this was not a good draft. And again, I think it's some of our media brothers and sisters. A GM says, well, you know, it's not a deep draft, and somewhere it gets from not a deep draft to a terrible one.
Near corner turnaround jumper inside the arc is good for Scotty. Beautiful looking arc on that shot on a 16-footer, and the Raptors again go up 7.
But look at this game here. Tristan Da Silva, who's been really good for Orlando all season. You look at the 4 or 5 rookies that the Raptors have. Chomsky's out for the season, but we've talked about them all. Shead, Mobo, Walter. They've all played really, really well for Toronto.
Barnes. Straight away inside the arc. Elevates for the jumper. That one too strong. Back rim. But Tazi gave him space. Scotty tried to make him pay, but couldn't come up with the shot. Here comes Anthony Black down Main Street. The leaner up. No good. Raptors knock the ball around into the hands of Walter, who quickly fires ahead. Heads up play to Barnes. Down low to Quickly, who just passed up a wide open layup and then missed the floater. I don't know what Quickly was doing.
Well, he thought there was going to be a shot block. And, you know, in tennis, when you hit it to the right and the person's scrambling back to the middle, you hit it back to the right. He went at the guy that was coming at him, but Pirtle had screened the guy out. He had a wide open layup that, you're right, Eric, that he gave up.
Raptors up 24-17. Batazzi misses the jumper, and again on the rebound, Walter with a sprint down the floor goes right at Batazzi and earns the free throws as he gets hacked. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Jacoby Walter right now.
Well, he's tuned into us, right? Thanks for the love, guys, and I'll show you why I'm worthy of it. You know, the other kid we haven't talked about, we haven't seen him much lately, is Jamison Battle.
Yep.
You know, converted to a standard contract, and you know, I said he could become like the Raptors' Sam Hauser in a little while. You know, shoots the three, has that supreme confidence in taking it. Players look for him.
Bataze picking up the foul. That's his first. And speaking of young players, not a rookie, but another youngster that we haven't seen a whole ton of, A.J. Lawson now checking into the ballgame for Toronto. Bataze with the ball for Orlando, 1 foot inside the arc toward the top of the arc. Hands it off to Wagner. Wagner with the triple, no good. But Bataze dekes down to grab the rebound, gets his putback missed and blocked, but it's picked up by De Silva, who throws it back in the tin. Couple of chances on that possession for Orlando, and they made the Raptors pay. Cuts Toronto lead to 7. Raptors will have to give it up before the end of the quarter. There's about a 3-second differential, shot clock, game clock. Magic do not have a foul to give. Shead trying to drive on the far side, lost the handle, but it goes off the foot of a Magic player. That's a kick ball. It'll be Toronto's ball on the side with 8.3 on the game clock. So the shot clock is shut off. Shead's going to check out of the ball game and quickly will come back in. Barnes, quickly, Pirtle, Lawson, and Walter. This is not a lineup we've seen before. It's only going to last 8 seconds anyway. We'll see what the Raptors can come up with. Barnes inbounding far sideline to Pirtle. Pirtle hands off to Quickly. Back over to Barnes on the far sideline. Game clock winding down as they get it to Pirtle in the paint. He turns to elevate, and Bataze wraps up Pirtle, but they say he must have got too much arm. They're awarding Pirtle with 2 free throws. The Magic don't like it. The fans don't like it, but if you're a Raptor fan, you're loving it. .1 seconds remain as Pirtle goes to the stripe. Raptors up 7. Yak looking to make it 8 or 9 right here. First free throw, good. Pirtle shooting 65% at the stripe this season. Not great, but still better than what we've seen over the course of his career. Awaiting free throw number 2. Yak steps back up to the stripe. Takes a deep breath, fires, and that one rolls off the rim. Rebound goes to Jonathan Isaac, who checked in. And that will do it for the quarter. The Raptors with a pretty solid start to this game, holding the Magic to 26% and leading by 8.
Yeah, and 19 points. And like I said, Orlando really struggles to score at time offensively. And this 8-point lead, Eric, with the pace and the way the game is being played, it's probably like a 12 or 14-point lead. So let's see if the Raptors can keep it going the second quarter.
27-19, Raptors leading. Second quarter comes next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
When you sit on your Aeroplan points, it's like you're sitting on your next trip. Like a sunny getaway, sitting on a terrace. But instead, you're sitting on your Aeroplan points. So the only place you're sitting is in your car coming back from work. Use your points and go from sipping on your leftover latte to sipping on the local vintage. So, stop sitting on your next trip and start enjoying your Aeroplan points.
Itching to head outside as the weather warms up? Just remember, when it's 0 degrees and above, you and your pets aren't the only ones active. For the health of the whole family, make sure you're offering your dog or cat the protection they need. Talk to your veterinarian about all-in-one options today and visit nextguard.ca for some great savings. That's NextGuard, NEXGARD.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Getting set to start the second quarter, 27-19. The Raptors leading the Magic. Toronto shooting 45% in the first quarter, led by the 8-point performance from Jamal Shead off the bench. The Raptor bench with 15 of Toronto's 27 in that opening frame.
Bench has been good. Not surprising, though. Once you come back healthy and you've got your starters in, the bench can adopt a better role.
Former Raptor and, of course, former Magic player Terrence Ross in attendance tonight, watching his two former teams as the Magic start the second quarter with a bucket down on the right block far side. A little floater from 6 feet is good for Wagner, and the Magic cut the Raptor lead to 6. Jacoby Walter drives on the near side, throws it high off glass and in. Strong take by the Rook to put the Raptors back up 8.
There he is, deserving of the praise we were talking about.
29-21. Magic out towards center. Wagner to Bataze on the perimeter, looking to hand it off, and he does to Anthony Black, turning the corner on the near side with that left-hand dribble, then fires it off glass as he was leaning backwards, kissed it and got it to go, cuts the Raptor lead to 6. 29-23, here comes Barnes, staring down Bataze, got to the free throw line, then just below it, hard stop, elevates, missed the shot, wanted the call, didn't get it, and the Magic with the rebound. Isaac gives it up to Black. Straight away. Bounce pass to Isaac in the lane. And a little hesitation before laying it in. He missed the shot. Loose ball is picked up by Pirtle. And then Yak is fouled by Isaac as Pirtle was trying to push it up the floor. (29-23), Raptors leading by 6. About a minute 45 gone by here in the second quarter. Quickly has it out on the wing far side. Comes around a Pirtle screen. Frees himself on a switch on Bataze. To Barnes, back to Quickly. Floater in the lane. Rolls off the rim. Tough one there for Quick, who's just 1 of 6 tonight. Great execution, but just no finish there. Bataze left wide open straight away. The 3 ball from the big man, no good. And Pirtle snags the rebound. Hands it off to Barnes, who brings it across center. Over to Lawson, driving. Left-hand scoop is knocked away by the Magic. The block for Da Silva. It'll be Raptor ball on the baseline. What do you make, Jonesy, of A.J. Lawson getting this burn right now?
Well, again, trying the young guys. Got to see what he has, see what he's capable of doing in a year where, let's face it, you are committed to a rebuild. So that's what it's about.
And a 3-point shot goes down for Emmanuel Quickly. I just mentioned 1 of 6 start, but his first triple of the game, a big one right there to push the Raptor lead to 9, their largest lead. Wagner, straight away, trying on a stop and go on Walter. Jacoby holds his ground, then contests the shot and grabs the rebound. Pushes ahead to Quickly. And on the far side, drove in, dipped his shoulder, drew the contact, got fouled, and he's heading to the free throw line.
Raptors doing a nice job being aggressive. Again, Quickly's a guy that he's really taken on the role of kind of a lead or scoring point guard. He does get the assists, but he is aggressive in trying to get the ball to the basket.
Raptors leading 33-23 after the first free throw goes down. Quickly, 6 points in the ball game, a rebound and an assist. He's got a couple of fouls. Scotty Barnes going to sit down and get a breather right now. 4 points, 3 assists in the ball game for Scotty. Darko really seems to be throwing them over the boards quite a bit tonight. Showing a lot of different combinations. As Quickly's second free throw is good to put the Raptors up by 11.
That's a huge lead with Orlando's inability to score the ball.
3 minutes gone by here, second quarter. Raptors up 34-23. Anthony Black around a screen set by Bataze. Then goes cross-court right to left to KCP in the near corner. Buries the triple. Grady was out there, but Caldwell Pope knocked it down nevertheless. 34-26. Raptor lead is 8 as Quickly gets across center. Thought about the pull-up triple. Then with the up fake, Black went flying by. Quickly then set the feet, missed the three, but it's guided back into the tin by Jakob Poeltl. 5 points, 5 boards for the Raptor big man as Toronto leads by 10. Anthony Black thought about the three, instead bounces it over to Banchero, far side. On the perimeter, covered by Mobo. Mobo with a stance right in front of Banchero, who goes up top to KCP. Now over on the wing far side, it's Wagner. Went left, spins back right, scoop shot in the lane is good for Wagner. Pretty bucket there for the versatile big. Now he's back defensively trying to stop Walter, who gives it up to Jakob Poeltl. Straight away on the perimeter, Yak then hands back to Walter, who elevates for a triple, and it hit the front of the rim, no good. Bataze with the rebound. Raptors leading 36-28. Wagner got behind the D, and 4 Raptors converged on him at the last second. Poeltl picks up the foul, and Wagner is going to go to the free throw line.
I think the Raptors have to do a better job of pressuring the pass. We saw something like that earlier, too, when Wagner pinned R.J. Barrett at the free throw line, where Barrett was closer to center court than Wagner, who was closer to the basket, and they just lobbed it over the top. You got to have more pressure on the passer so that doesn't happen.
We got a timeout on the floor with 7:43 to go. In the first half, the Raptors lead 36-28 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
At St. Louis Bar and Grill, we're here for you no matter what. In the mood for Detroit-style pizza? We just added 4 of them to the menu. Still hungry? Add a pound of our famous wings and fries for just $5 more. Had a scary dream and need to talk about it at 3 a.m.? Call the restaurant. No one will be there to answer the phone, but you're certainly welcome to call. For a limited time, get a $5 pound of wings when you try our new pizzas. Plus, you can add a select 20-ounce Molson Draft for just $6.99. Dine-in only, taxes extra. St. Louis Bar and Grill. You are welcome.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590.
The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Second quarter, 7:43 to play. Raptors leading the Magic 36-28. Toronto shooting 44%. The Magic at 34%. Magic getting 8 points from Franz Wagner. He's the leading scorer for the Magic, and 8 for Jamal Shead and the Raptors. But I'm going to go back again, Jonesy, to Jacoby Walter with 7 off the bench. Has added 3 rebounds, playing very active. And when you look ahead to the Raptors off-season and next season, they're going to be, barring a trade, adding, in all likelihood, a top 5 pick. With Mobo and Shead and Walter, with a second-year guy in Grady Dick, that's 5 players that are still very young. With the glue guys that you have, with hopefully a full season of a healthy Brandon Ingram, The fingers are crossed for a real quick turnaround for this Raptor team.
Well, you've heard me say it before. The year they were in Tampa, from what should have been 7th in the draft, and they moved up to 4th. From Scotty Barnes as the 4th pick to the 5 seed the next year, and a first-round 6-game series against Philadelphia. Raptors are trying to do that this year.
Toronto leading by 6. A lot of youth on the floor right now as one of the vets, young vets, RJ Barrett, gets into the lane, misses on the left-hand scoop, and the Magic grab the rebound. Toronto once up 11, leading now by 6, as the Magic will try to get 2 or 3 more on this possession away from the ball. There's going to be a foul called against the Raptors, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be on Jamal Shead. Shead was caught down low against the big man Wagner, tried to wrap him up, and he got caught throwing him down to the floor. That's the second foul on Shead. Anthony Black inbounding on the far sideline for the Magic. Gets it into Carter on a switch. A.J. Lawson picks up Banchero, who gets the ball, turns, fires, and knocks down the jumper on a pretty one from 12 feet to pull the Magic within 4.
Yeah, he's pretty good in the mid-range. He's become a nice player facing the basket.
36-32. Shead, near side, comes around a Robinson screen, gets to the free throw line, fires back over on the near side to Grady, drives into the paint, stops on a dime, elevates, knocks it down clean. First bucket of the game for Grady Dick.
Nice job by Grady. Under control all the way through that one.
38-32. 6:40 to go until half. Carter has it for the Magic straight away, covered by Robinson. Stops his dribble. Orlando gets right up on him. He passes over to KCP. Way above the arc, out on the far wing. Cross court, right to left. Gives it up. And missing the triple was Jet Howard. Raptors grab the rebound and bring it across center with RJ Barrett. Barrett floats a beautiful pass to a cutting Orlando Robinson, who lays it in, and the Raptors push their lead back to 8.
Oh, really nice job. Good offense, great execution. We talked about Barrett's pass. Great touch, great timing, and on target.
40-32. Banchero spins to his right, throws it up off glass, missed it, but he's fouled. And the Magic All-Star is going to get a couple of free throws.
That's a load. He's a big boy. And once he got, we see Scotty do this all the time. Once a guy that size gets you in the lane with his back to the basket, you're basically at his mercy.
.40-32 with 5:58 to go in this second quarter. We have just passed the midway point as Banchero goes to the stripe, knocks down the first free throw. Bit of a quiet evening for him so far with just 5 points, but more so, Jonesy, quiet in the sense that he's only attempted 2 shots. 1 of 2 from the floor. That said, this is attempts 3 and 4 at the line, but still 1 of 2 for Paolo Banchero. Knocks down the first one as the second one is about to be released. It is up, and it's off the front of the rim. Left that one short, so the Raptor lead is 7. Banchero 1 of 2 at the stripe on that trip. 3 of 4 for the game. Shoots under 68% at the line. Barrett, left to right, cross court. On the perimeter, it's Shead. Back over to Barrett. Barrett on the far side. Picked up now by Carter. Back over to Shead. Triple. Feet were set. Left it short off the front of the rim into the hands of Carter, who hands to Banchero.
Very deep 3, even by Jamal's standards.
Banchero on a switch was picked up by Shead. Now he's going to try and get him down toward the 10. And the Magic just botch the play and throw a terrible pass from Anthony to Banchero. It's taken away by Shead to Grady Dick at the rim, who's denied by Carter. Wow. That would have been a monstrous dunk for Grady, but a strong defensive play by Carter. And now A.J. Lawson picks up a foul over on the far sideline, bumping into Banchero. And the Magic will get it on the far side with 15 on the shot clock.
Lawson had the sideline cut off. He just needed one more step.
40-33, 5:05 to go in the first half. Caldwell Pope throws it into Banchero. Barrett now under his chin. He's trying to deal with the big man, who goes up top to Anthony straight away with a 3-ball. Cole Anthony knocks it down to chop the Raptor lead down to 4.
That's a guy you got to be aware of. He will step out. Pretty fair shooter.
Barrett, far side. Driving toward the tin, then floating one up as he was falling to the baseline and got it to go.
Really nice move by RJ.
That's a tough shot.
Yeah, very tough shot over Jet Howard.
6-point lead for the Raptors. Anthony out to Banchero. Little show and go. Got by Shead. Got into lane. Bumps into Robinson. And Robinson will take the foul and send Banchero to the free throw line. So I mentioned Banchero a couple of moments ago. His numbers at the stripe. Excuse me, it wasn't Banchero. It was Wendell Carter. I apologize. Wendell Carter. I'm going to mention Banchero's number anyways. As Jonesy, he has had a magnificent season. I mentioned the All-Star, the 2023 Rookie of the Year, then followed up with the All-Star appearance this year with 24 points, 7 boards, 5 assists heading into this ballgame. And he and Carter are a pretty formidable 1-2 punch in terms of just the size. Add Wagner to the mix. That's a big front line for the Orlando Magic.
Well, and not to forget about or discount Mo Wagner, who is hurt
Absolutely.
right now too.
Yep.
They've got some size. They've got some youth. They're going to need find some more scoring somewhere because their defense travels well. They're tough-minded. They're hard-nosed. It's a Jamal Mosley team, but they need to find some offense. That's what worries me about them come playoff time, whether they're in the play-in or, I mean, they basically played the same team that they did last year in the playoffs, Cleveland, who beat them, who just waxed them the other night in their own building.
42-38 after the free throws from Carter. The big man 4 of 4 from the stripe in this ballgame. That's been all of his scoring. Pirtle cut off at the free throw line by Carter. Goes back out on the perimeter to Scotty. Driving past Banchero into the lane. Left hand floated the pass up for Pirtle, but he couldn't come down with it cleanly in traffic. Had his shot knocked away, and the Raptors come up empty, and they will scramble back on defense with a 4-point lead. 4:05 to go in this first half. The Raptors, once up 11, have seen their lead cut to 4. We tick under 4 minutes to go. It's Anthony out on the wing far side, goes up top to Carter. Carter now over to Franz Wagner on the wing near side. Up top straight away, it's Banchero. Barnes right under his chin. Banchero tried to fire a pass to Carter. It's deflected, knocked away by Jakob Poeltl. It'll be Magic ball on the baseline with the shot clock at 5. Cole Anthony will throw it in from the near side on the baseline. In the corner to KCP. Sidestep, 3-ball, elevates over Grady Dick, missed the shot, and Scotty Barnes, tracks down the rebound. Tried to fire it ahead to Grady Dick. It's knocked away by KCP. It'll be Raptor ball on the side, 20 on the shot clock.
Nice defense there by Grady, getting out and challenging.
42-38, 3:38 to go. Raptors inbounding just to the right of the Magic bench. Quickly, just in front of former Raptor assistant coach Jesse Mermis. Barrett got bumped at the far elbow, tried with a cross-court pass, and it was picked off by Banchero, and here come the Magic off the Raptors' 8th turnover. Banchero trying to work on Scotty Barnes. Spinning toward the baseline, elevates for the jumper, and they call Scotty Barnes with the bump and send Banchero to the free throw line. What do you think of that one, Jonesy?
Well, Banchero, the guy that initiating the contact, and again, that's one of those where the offensive player turns and fakes, and the defender just stands there, and because he's holding his ground and the offensive player creates the contact, they get him for the foul.
Well, somewhere Rasheed Wallace is grinning as the ball don't lie, with Banchero missing the first free throw. 3 of 5 at the stripe. He's got only 5 points in this first half, but the Magic trail by only 4. Second free throw coming. It's up, and that one is clean. Magic cut it to 3. Raptors led by 8 at the end of 1, had a lead as high as 11. It's down to 3 with 3:15 to go in the first half. Daniele Franceschi coming up with the halftime show. Barnes at the far elbow, trying to work against Carter. Drives to the near side, missed on a right-hand scoop. Poeltl cleans it up, second chance opportunity. 3-ball straightaway bucket. R.J. Barrett rips the cords to double the Raptor lead to 6.
Big shot by RJ. And terrific awareness, too. Offensive rebound leading to the second chance opportunity.
Barrett's first triple of the game. The Raptors shooting 39% from the perimeter. Banchero over to Carter on the far side. Hands off to Anthony. Inside the arc, now down toward the block. Curls his way past Pirtle and lays it in on a reverse. Wow. Shifty down low. Raptors by 4. Quickly, left to right on the perimeter to Barnes. Barnes with 1 foot on the arc now. Drives on the floor. Goes after it right at Banchero. Late whistle comes in, and Paolo called for the foul. And Scotty Barnes heading to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Banchero trying to tell his bench, his coaching staff, review that thing. I didn't touch him. I believe we've already had a timeout called on the floor, but we'll find out if the Magic are actually going to review on top of the timeout. With 2:18 to go, it's 45-41. Raptors leading by 4 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
For over 35 years, Home Turf Lawn Care has been making lawns lusher and greener and homeowners' lives easier. Sign up with Home Turf and spend more time enjoying your yard. It's easy. Visit hometurf.ca and get an instant customized quote. Or complete the form and a lawn care specialist will get back to you promptly. For award-winning, hassle-free lawn care, visit hometurf.ca. We look forward to creating the lawn of your dreams.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 2:18 to go until half. Raptors leading 45-41. Toronto has not relinquished the lead since taking it in the first quarter. But the Magic trying to punch back here in this second quarter, and they did ultimately, Jonesy, decide to challenge the last play. Jamal Mosley wondering if Paolo Banchero actually did indeed foul Scotty Barnes, and we are still awaiting an answer from our officiating crew. Tony Brothers, the crew chief with the headset on right now, he's staring at the replay, and we are awaiting word. With Toronto shooting 43% in this ball game and leading by 4, Toronto was shooting 45 at the end of 1. They have gone 7 of 17 in this frame. The Magic have actually upped their percentage, shooting the ball much better at 7 of 11 in this quarter. Drastically better. We've had to look at the replay a couple of times, and here's the answer.
After review, there is no contact on the play. Therefore, the challenge is successful. Orlando had imminent possession, so therefore they'll get the ball with 24 seconds on the shot clock. They lose the timeout because of a mandatory, but they retain their ability to challenge the rest of the game.
All right, pretty good explanation there from Tony Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like the answer that you got if you're a Raptor fan.
No, you don't.
Certainly a solid explanation from a guy who can be a little bit ornery at times.
He can be prickly. Yeah, he can be prickly.
2:18 to go in the first half, so instead of going to the line and maybe having a chance to go up by 6, the Raptors instead have to dig in defensively and hope to not see their lead cut to 2 or 1. Wagner with the handoff on the perimeter to Banchero, moving left to right, and Orlando going to give the ball right back to Toronto on a moving screen, an illegal screen, as Scotty Barnes was hip checked to the ground, and Toronto will get the ball with 2:09 to play.
Well, if there's any doubt, right? He said somewhere Rasheed Wallace is on the ball don't lie train.
45-41, low-scoring affair as Jonesy called at the beginning of the game. Barrett inside the arc out on the far side, and we're going back the other way. Offensive foul on the Raptors. That's going to go against Scotty Barnes.
It's amazing how the referees have zeroed in on moving screens and being very, very precise on how they call them. Yet guys are getting away with travels, 3 seconds, and double dribbles.
It makes me think there was a point of emphasis. As the Magic run offense, we've got a foul down low on Grady Dick. It's on the floor with 1:38 to go. As Grady was stuck against Wendell Carter. That would have been a dangerous situation for Grady with the size and strength of Carter. So he wrapped him up before he could even get off a shot. Unfortunately for the Raptors, it's the 15th foul, so it's free throws anyway. So the big man Carter goes back to the line for attempts 5 and 6 in this first half, and it will give the Magic a chance to chop the Raptor lead down to 2.
Well, and this is what happens when you're an Orlando team and you don't score. I mean, they're still shooting under 40%. 2 of 8 from behind the arc. But their physical play has them at 15 now, 16 of 19 from the line. And they just keep grinding Toronto. This is how they get back into games.
Well, to your point, Jonesy, the Raptors have outscored the Magic in the paint, outscored the Magic on the fast break. They're shooting a higher percentage than Orlando. They've out-rebounded the Magic. They're shooting a better percentage from the perimeter, and yet they lead by only 2. 45-43 is the score after Carter makes good on both free throws. Barrett, far side, driving. Great shovel pass underneath to an open Pirtle, who lays it in.
And he played through the contact. Franz Wagner hit him twice on that drive, and RJ just continued to play through it.
47-43 as we tick towards the final minute. Anthony brings it across center for the Magic. Cole Anthony now on the near side with that left-hand dribble. Quickly gets up under his chin. Now on his hip. Anthony bounce pass in the lane to Carter, who floats it up and over Pirtle, and the Magic again chop it to 2.
Great pass, tough shot. I would have loved to have seen quickly square him up more. That way Pirtle wouldn't have had to help as much.
47-45. Raptors clinging to that 2-point lead. Barrett straight away above the arc. Wagner in front of him. Now on a switch, he's picked up by Anthony. Puts it on the floor, drives into the paint, hit, and he's going to the line.
Ouch. Ouch.
And in the process of getting hit and falling to the floor, he collides into his teammate, Grady Dick, who took it right in the face. And he is down on his back. In fact, he didn't hit Grady Dick. I believe it was Anthony who smashed into Grady Dick and might have caught him with an elbow. Grady is still down, seeing stars, and he's holding his right knee.
You're worried about the head. I'm worried about the knee. That's the thing that made me say, ouch. When you're standing there and your leg is planted and somebody rolls into you, I've seen that injury. That's why all these big, heavy offensive linemen wear knee braces. I was saying, ouch. I didn't even see the head, Eric. It was the knee that had me concerned. And Grady's down, and I just... I'm worried about that knee.
Well, we've seen the replay a couple times. I don't know if you've watched it because I know you don't like. I don't know you don't like leg injuries.
I saw it once.
So Anthony came flying in and hit Grady Dick. Got him square in the face, in the head. Grady was falling backwards already, and folks, his legs were planted. And when R.J. Barrett flew down the lane and got hit, Barrett went into the right leg of Grady Dick as Grady was falling. And the momentum and full weight of R.J. Barrett went directly into Grady Dick's right leg, and that leg definitely buckled inwards. Grady is still down on the floor in a lot of pain, being tended to by multiple members of the Raptor training staff. Darko Rajakovic is now over in a crouch right beside Grady's left shoulder, and they're now helping Grady up off the floor, and he is walking under his own strength. He is not being helped off by teammates. He doesn't have arms around anybody's shoulders.
He's limping
but
pretty
he
good,
is
though.
limping, as Jonesy just said, very significantly, as he is now joined by another member of the staff, Alex McKechnie, as Grady limps his way toward the Raptor bench, and I'm sure heading straight back to the locker room with only 42 seconds left here in the first half. It looks like Grady's got some blood coming from his mouth as well, so that speaks to the hit to the face and head that he took from Anthony. Just hammered on multiple spots on one play, the sophomore Grady Dick. The injury bugs continue to plague the Raptors over the course of this season, as RJ Barrett is going to go to the free throw line. Jonathan Mobo now comes in for Grady Dick. Raptors leading by 2, 47-45 with 42 seconds left in the first half. Toronto already without Ochai Agbaji in this ball game, who was injured in Chicago 2 nights ago. Toronto just can't seem to catch a break, Jonesy.
Well, and as much as we've talked about winnable games down the stretch, again, when you're injured and you're playing different combinations and lineups that haven't been together and guys have to play in positions that are not used to, it makes it tough.
Barrett goes 1 of 2 at the stripe. The Raptor lead is 3. Franz Wagner back with a curl and a finger roll in the lane. Gets it to go. The Raptor lead is 1.
They didn't slow the ball down, and he just big boy Jacoby Walter, just put his chest on him and backed him up.
48-47. Raptors by 1. Quickly to Pirtle. Up top straight away to Barrett. Barrett now puts it on the floor. Over in the far corner to Quickly. The 3 ball up and out. Pirtle in traffic, got hands, couldn't squeeze. It's taken away by Carter. 8 seconds to play. Anthony across center, just crossed up Mobo on the far side, driving toward the baseline, stopping, turning, firing. No good off the side of the rim, and the Raptors cling to a 1-point lead heading into the half.
How about Barrett's defense there? Cuts him off on the baseline, and then as Anthony retreats with the dribble, Barrett advances to contest the shot.
At the half, the Raptors lead 48-47. Toronto shooting 42% going into the break. The Magic at 41%. We got a ball game, folks. And Jonesy and I will return with second half action as Daniele Franceschi comes up next with our halftime show. Again, it's 48-47. Raptors by 1 on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom, wha-bam, zap, turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Oh no, I can't can't be out of ink. Not now.
Mega Tank.
Why do I always do this to myself? What is that printer that comes with 30 times the ink?
Mega Tank.
Yes, it's a Canon. Mega
Mega Tank.
It's a Canon printer. It comes with like $2,000 worth of ink. Prints me over 7,700 color pages.
Mega Tank.
Mega what?
Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Mega Tank printer, so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Mega Tank printers available at Staples, Best Buy, and Walmart.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Banchero driving far side. Cut off at the 10. Both Barnes and Pirtle were there. And the Raptors get the stop. They've got numbers coming the other way. Down Main Street. Who needs numbers? It's a one-hand cram for R.J. Barrett. And the Raptors lead 9-6.
Great job. Vertical by Pirtle.
That's right, Eric. Who needs numbers? Just don't let the kids hear that, because you want to make sure that they understand what's happening in the game. Transition. When you have numbers, good. Thumbs up. Go. When you don't, easy. Slow it down. Rein it in. But nonetheless, R.J. Barrett doing good work in transition in the first quarter. 2 of his 9 points in the opening half as the Raptors have a 1-point lead at recess, 48-47, down in Orlando over the Magic. It's their first of back-to-back games in Orlando. They will play each other once more on Tuesday night, these same 2 teams, as this is the penultimate matchup of their season series, currently tied at 1 apiece. Hello, everyone. Welcome inside our Sportsnet 590 The Fan studios here in downtown Toronto. I'm your host, Daniele Franceschi. You're listening to our Raptors halftime show brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home court advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly built here in Ontario. Visit your Ontario Honda dealers today. Let's visit our halftime box score as the Raptors hold a 1-point lead over the Orlando Magic, who right now occupy 8th place in the Eastern Conference, right in the thick of the play-in picture. So every game paramount at this juncture of the season for the Orlando Magic, currently 3 games below 500. I already mentioned it. R.J. Barrett leading the way for Toronto. He's got 9 points, 3 of 5 shooting, 4 assists, and a couple of rebounds as well in 16 minutes of action. We should also update you. Grady Dick, of course, for those that were watching the broadcast on Sportsnet 1 or were listening to our coverage right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Sportsnet Radio Network, Grady Dick exited the game late in that second quarter after a awkward collision, to say the least, with R.J. Barrett and Cole Anthony. RJ landed awkwardly on his right leg, and it did not look good in the moment. And to boot, you got Cole Anthony that delivers a inadvertent elbow to the face of poor Grady Dick. So he got 2 for the price of 1. Thankfully, he was able to walk off under his own power, went straight to the locker room. We will update you if there is more information to be passed along through the Raptors if we do get more info here during the halftime break. But don't expect to see Grady Dick. I would be pretty surprised if we see him emerge from the tunnel and to play in this second half here tonight against the Magic. Emmanuel Quickly, Jakob Poeltl, each with 7 points as well. And Scotty Barnes, bit of a quiet first half for him. 15 minutes of action, only 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Meanwhile, for the Magic, it was Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero, their 1-2 punch, that were held to just limited production, 6 points collectively in the first quarter. They were able to get things going in that second frame. Banchero at halftime now up to 6 points. He's been to the stripe for 6 free throw attempts, 4 of 6 from the line. And Franz Wagner up into double digits, leading the way with a game-high 12 points on 4 of 8 shooting right now for the Orlando Magic. The Raptors shooting 42% from the field, Orlando at 41%. It's incredible because if you go and look, this is a 1-point game, ladies and gentlemen. The box score would probably tell you otherwise, because Orlando, in that opening 12 minutes, shot 5 for 20 from the field. They didn't hit a 3-pointer until the second quarter of the game. True to form for this Magic team that ranks dead last in the NBA in total offense. They are a very good defensive team, but they are a historically bad 3-point shooting team. If all holds to form, Orlando will go down as having the lowest 3-point percentage in the history of the NBA for a single season. They're just hovering right around the 30% mark. It's really difficult to watch at times. Their offense is stagnant. It's janky. It is difficult to watch, but they are hanging around in this basketball game against the Raptors, who Darko Rajakovic going deep into his bench in that opening half. We'll get you set up and caught up with what's going on around the National Basketball Association. Busy Sunday in the NBA as we hit the home stretch of this regular season and continue our march towards playoff basketball. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and sportsnet.ca.
Discover more value at Loblaws. Get family-sized boneless, skinless chicken breast or thighs at $4.66 per pound. Offer ends Wednesday, March 5th. Shop now. Conditions apply. See flyer for details. Loblaws, proudly Canadian since 1919.
Rogers Xfinity Internet is ready for everything, so you can search and stream and shop and study and share and play and post and work and watch and game and work out and download and... Wow, that's a lot. And now you can save a lot too at the Rogers Spring Event. Visit in-store or Rogers.com and save on Canada's most reliable internet. Get Rogers Xfinity Internet and be ready to do more everything.
We all want to plan for retirement, but sometimes life has other plans. Kids, career changes, renovations, and repairs. Just know you're not alone, and it's never too late to start planning. Visit canada.ca/retirement to explore public pension programs, calculators, quizzes, tools, and more to help you plan for a financially secure retirement. A message from the Government of Canada.
This March, transform your busy day into a relaxing staycation at Elmwood Spa, your urban oasis in Toronto. Unwind with revitalizing water therapies, rejuvenating facials, and signature massages that will melt your stress away. And savor a gourmet meal in a serene setting. For over 40 years, Elmwood Spa has been Toronto's premier destination for exceptional service and care. Learn more about stay and play offers at elmwoodspa.com. Elmwood Spa, your perfect day away awaits.
At last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Please hit that like button down below. Let's help bring more basketball fans here to this amazing community. We're heading into the spring. The Raptors might push for a last number 10, number 9 playoff spot, but we don't know. Hit that like button down below. Let's keep growing this community. It helps bring more basketball fans here to the chat as well. Please share it out. Social media, we're starting to do a lot more stuff on social media. Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, X, Instagram, whatever you got. We're there. I think so. See you back in the chat. Go Raptors, go.
Magic. Two teams looking to break out of their respective funks. The Magic have lost back-to-back games. The Raps have lost 3 straight, trying to get back into the win column. Let's get you caught up with what's happening around the NBA on this Sunday evening. A busy one today in the association. 9 games on the calendar, including a couple that already went final earlier today. The Celtics outlasting the Nuggets in a heavyweight showdown between 2 title hopefuls. Boston victorious 110-103 in that affair. The Cavaliers continue to win basketball games because, boy, are they good. They take down the Portland Trailblazers, a high-scoring affair, needed OT, but get the job done 133-129. And this one just went final. In fact, Indiana at home picking up a 15-point victory over the Chicago Bulls. Indiana taking care of business as they continue their ascent upwards in the Eastern Conference. Our late game, we have 2 late ones tonight. Minnesota at Phoenix, tipping off at 9:30 Eastern. And then the Clippers visiting the Lakers. They both occupy and reside in L.A., but guess what? Those Lakers, red hot. It's going to be Crypto.com Arena, 9:30 p.m. tip-off for that one. Eric Smith, Paul Jones, second half action coming your way momentarily from Orlando. I'll be back after the ball game with our post-game show. Feel free to jump in on the text line 590-590. Would love to hear your thoughts and feedback as we get set to break this one down. Second half coming your way in just a few moments' time. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and sportsnet.ca.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
At St. Louis Bar and Grill, there's almost nothing we won't do for you. When you wanted something new, we added 4 Detroit-style pizzas to our menu. When you said you were afraid of change, we let you add a pound of our famous wings and fries for just $5 more. And when you asked for help moving an old fridge, we faked a back injury. It's a restaurant, not a moving company. For a limited time, get a $5 pound of wings when you try our new pizzas. Plus, you can add a select 20-ounce Molson Draft for just $6.99. Dine-in only, taxes extra. St. Louis Bar and Grill. You are welcome.
Need to send money in another currency? With Wise, you can send money internationally without hidden fees. From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos, euros to yen, you could save up to 3 times compared to major banks. Send money with Wise in more than 40 currencies without getting ripped off. See how much you could save. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
How to fix broken furnace. What's a heat exchanger?
You might not know how to fix a furnace, but we do. We're Reliance Home Comfort, here to take your call 24/7. And if you need a new furnace, ask us about our next day or we pay installation guarantee. Plus, right now, save 20% during the Reliance team member pricing event, where you pay what we pay. So if you need help now, call on Reliance. Conditions apply. See website for details.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Thanks again to Daniele Franceschi for taking us through the half as the Raptors begin the third quarter with a 1-point lead. It's 48-47. Orlando starts with the ball, looking to grab their first lead since early first quarter. Toronto once up by 11, up 1 at the break, and now down 1 as we start the third with a bucket on the dunk for Carter off the assist from Banchero. The Magic lead 49-48. Jacoby Walters starting the second half in place of Grady Dick. Injured in the first half with a right leg injury. Scotty Barnes fouled on a drive to the tin, but it looks like they were getting it on a push before the elevation, so it'll be sideline out of bounds for the Raptors with a fresh 14.
Well, Orlando did a nice job on their opening play of clearing out the right side of the floor. Then they ran the screen and roll, and there was nobody there to help for Toronto.
In the near corner, quickly misses a triple, but it's tracked down by Pirtle. Raptors get it out on the perimeter to Barrett on the wing, who knocks down the 3, and the Raptors regain the lead. 51-49. Toronto up by 2. Carter missed Banchero. You might have heard him on our courtside microphone screaming as he was frustrated with his missed play. Wagner, near side. Franz knocks it down. Pretty good looking jumper there on a 16-footer to tie the game at 51. 90 seconds gone by here in the third quarter. Barrett throws it up top above the arc. It's Pirtle now over on the far side. Scotty Barnes very quiet tonight with only 4 points. Driving, stopping on a dime, tried to go up and under, floats up the shot, missed it, left it as an air ball, in fact, and the Magic grabbed the rebound.
Tall timber there with both Banchero and Wendell Carter Jr. in the vicinity.
Banchero's got it right now towards center court. Barrett in front of him. Banchero trying to drive on the near side, lowers the shoulder, cut off by Barrett. Goes back to KCP, who is trying to whip it over to Cole Anthony. And it's deflected, knocked away by Emmanuel quickly. And the Raptors will have to dig in again defensively. Magic will inbound from the side with 8 on the shot clock. Out towards center court. Caldwell Pope holding the ball. Fires it to Carter Jr. Hands it off to Wagner. Turns the corner into the paint. Goes right at Pirtle. And a very, very late whistle after it looked like Pirtle got the stop and got the block. A whistle is blown by Simone Jelks, the official. They call it on Pirtle, his third, and that will send Wagner to the free throw line. Wagner with 14 points in the ballgame. He's the leading scorer on either side. 5 of 9 from the floor, adding a rebound. Wagner spins the ball in his hands and knocks down the first free throw. Magic take a 1-point lead. Wagner. .25 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5 assists on the season. Signed that 5-year rookie max deal, Jonesy, last summer, a $269 million contract.
Wow.
As he knocks down the free throw to put the Magic up by 2. Barrett in the lane. Oh, a little buddy ball pass right there in traffic. Tough pass, great catch, and finish from Jakob Pirtle.
Yeah, Pirtle did a nice job, and as you said, tall people hooking each other up, and great job by Barrett.
53 apiece as Anthony misses the turnaround jumper in the lane for the Magic. The Raptors grab the rebound. Down the floor comes Barrett to the tin, lay it in, and he flexes and poses for his bench.
Well, Wagner's a physical player, and RJ took it right at him, and he's made a couple of nice contributions in the last 2 trips up court.
Back-to-back buckets for the Raptors as they regain the lead by 2, and now down low under the tin. Scotty Barnes picks up the foul. They claim that he grabbed the hips and gave a little bear hug from behind to Wendell Carter. Scotty with 4 fouls and 4 points in 18 minutes.
Well, they took advantage there. They ran the switch. They ran the screen and roll, and Banchero just started to back Scotty down. And rather than kind of pulling the chair out, dancing with the post, and then getting in front, Scotty continued to allow himself to be back right under the basket. Now the entry pass comes and you take a foul.
And now Scotty Barnes sits down with those 4 fouls. We're not even 3 minutes into the third quarter. Banchero 3-ball on the wing far side, left it short. High for the rebound. Wendell Carter grabbed it, and they're going to call Pirtle for a bump. Hold on a second, Jonesy. Explain to me how the official out on the perimeter is the one to call Jakob Pirtle for a bump when the official on the baseline right in front of the play, right beside the play, doesn't call Pirtle. How is that possible?
I don't know. I mean, all the official sees on the outside is the guy fall over out of bounds, losing his balance.
And now Wendell Carter just buried a triple, but it came after the whistle was blown against Toronto, but it was before the shot was taken. So the Magic will not have the 3. They will inbound from the side, trailing by 2. I want to jump back to Scotty Barnes, though, for a second. 2 of 8 tonight in only 18 minutes. 4 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists.
Not a banner night so far, huh?
Certainly not the way you want to return to Florida. But dare I say that really can't happen? I mean, I know you're going to have an off night from time to time, but Jonesy, Scotty Barnes, 4, 1, and 3.
You got to just kind of take it as it comes. I mean, you're right. It's not a banner night, and it's something you kind of like to forget. But when you're in the midst of it, be like that guy, as I said, who, you know, we had baseball over here to our left in the studio a little while ago. Be like that guy that's a good hitter and he comes up 0 for 3 in the 7th inning with 2 on and 2 out and you're down by a run, still be feared. Still try to find a way to have your imprint put on the game, and Scotty may yet do that in the 4th quarter.
After review, the foul occurred prior to the upward shooting motion. Therefore, it's a common foul. The ball will be awarded on the sideline with 14 seconds on the 24-second shot clock.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we needed to review that one. It seemed pretty obvious that the foul came in before the shot. But Tony Brothers gives us the explanation. And the Magic will indeed inbound from the side, as I told you they were going to do. With a fresh 14, 8:58 to go, 3rd quarter. Magic trailing by 2. Starters still on the floor for the Magic. Mobo came in for Barnes moments ago. He's out there with Walter, who started the second half in place of the injured Grady Dick. Banchero jumper, far side, inside the arc, missed on about a 15-footer, but he was hit on the arm, and he's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
Again, I didn't think a lot of contact, but Orlando now with, 11 more free throws? 10 more free throws in Toronto, and 11 and 12 coming up.
And look at the fouls in this game, Jonesy. 20-12.
Well, and again, I've said this before, and not to just beat the dead horse, but yeah, the quantitative empirical numbers say that the Raptors foul more than any other team. But what are you basing that on? That comes based on judgments.
Yep.
So I don't put any stock in that at all, but unfortunately, that's the narrative that's out there. Well, they foul more than any other team, and the referees are human, and they look like that was not a foul, that last. But there you go.
Banchero knocks down 2 free throws to tie the game at 55. Paolo Banchero tonight, speaking of guys having off nights, does have 8 points. He is 1 for 3. 1 field goal made. But he is 6 of 8 at the stripe for those 8 points. And the only score, or the only stat that really matters, is the score. It's tied at 55, and it will stay that way as Jakob Poeltl misses on a one-hand floater on a turnaround. He was hit on the arm, though, and he's going to get a chance to earn it back at the stripe with 2 free throws. That's going to be a 3rd foul in the game on Cole Anthony. The little man got in there and tried to poke that ball away from Poeltl, but instead caught him on the arm and sends Yak to the stripe. Poeltl, first one, up and clean. Raptors regain the lead by 1. It's 56-55. Jakob Poeltl tonight, 10 points, 8 rebounds, adding a block and 2 assists. 2nd free throw clean. Raptors again lead by 2.
Nice to see Jakob knocking down free throws. Key if you're the big man on the floor and handling the ball.
Tonight, Poeltl 3 of 4 from the stripe, shoots 65% on the season. Toronto with a 2-point advantage. Caldwell Pope far side, missing the jumper on a 20-footer, no good. Raptors on the glass, and they'll come back the other way.
Good defense there. Jacoby Walter going under and regaining contact with the shooter.
Barrett in the lane, and he felt the presence from behind and then leaned in with the floater and got it to go.
RJ having a solid game for Toronto.
5 of 7 for 14 points, adding a team-high 5 assists as well. Leading scorer, leading assist man. Banchero, far corner. Cole Anthony, 3-ball off the side of the backboard into the hands of RJ Barrett. And here come the Raptors, leading by 4, looking for more. Barrett above the far elbow, keeping it himself. Into the paint, fires back on the perimeter to Quickly. Quickly on the near side, pulls back to the perimeter, shot clock at 9. Now towards center court, Quickly waits for Poeltl, goes the other way on a screen attempt, and as he put his shoulder down and his head down to drive, he's hit by Caldwell Pope. And the Raptors will keep this possession going with a 4-point lead.
Well, they got 2 switches there and Quickly took advantage, getting to his strong hand and throwing it up, getting the contact.
And Emmanuel Quickly will get set for the inbound pass from RJ Barrett. Barrett instead gives it to Poeltl. Poeltl now hands off to Quickly. On the far side, turning the corner, fake the pass, in the paint, goes cross-court to Mobo. Oh, nice crossover on Banchero. Gets into the paint, missed the shot, cleaned up by Pirtle, and his shot was deflected, knocked away, and the Magic come away with the ball.
Was that a shot or was that a lob pass?
That's a good question. I thought it was a shot, but maybe not. You're right. It could have been a lob.
Mobo just not always as aggressive as he should be. You know, we watched him get into the paint with a jump stop there. He should go up and just bang it on whoever's there. Instead, the unselfish part of him, and he was a big playmaker in college, tried to lob that to Pirtle. Take it yourself, man. Take it yourself.
Pirtle, to his credit, got back defensively and tried to break up that play and did as he hit Carter on the arm. So Wendell Carter goes to the free throw line for attempts 7 and 8 now. He knocks down the first one. Both he and Banchero will have had 8 free throw attempts in this game. That foul, Jonesy, that just came in on Pirtle, his 5th of the game. So you've now got Barnes with 4, Pirtle with 5, and we're not even at the midway point of the third quarter. And for some reason, I don't know why, we have not seen Chris Boucher tonight. He wasn't listed on the injury report, so if there's an issue with him, it's news to me. Barrett drives down Main Street, tried to fire a pass in to Orlando Robinson, and it goes off hands, out of bounds. I believe they're going to say it's off Orlando. It should be Toronto ball. So after Carter went 1 of 2 at the stripe, the Raptors will head into the timeout with a 3-point lead at 59-56. With 6:58 to go in the third quarter, it's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century. That's how Gary fans, and we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Yeah, it's Raps game night, let me set the scene. Got front row seats to go and watch the team. 3 after 3, Raps win the game. We gotta celebrate with a familiar name. Roll up to Mickey D's, my first in line. I see the 95 McFlurry, gotta make it mine. Walk up to the counter, the words I speak. Hey boss, can I get one of those frozen treats? The 95 McFlurry, for a limited time only at participating McDonald's restaurants in Ontario. McFlurry!
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 6:58 to go in the third quarter. Raptors leading the Magic 59-56.
Eric, we do have a Grady update. And from Orlando, Grady Dick will not return. An update will be provided post-game following assessment by the medical staff.
We will keep the fingers crossed for Grady Dick. Raptors with a 3-point lead as we approach the midway point of quarter number 3. Grady with the leg injury, the right leg, in the second quarter, as he was initially hit in the face and head by Cole Anthony, and as he was falling to the floor, his own teammate RJ Barrett went full speed, full body right into Grady's leg, and it buckled backwards. Barrett just missed the layup attempt on the near side. Might have got bumped, no call. Magic pick up the rebound and come the other way. Howard, Jet Howard, handing it off to Cole Anthony, out towards center now, trying to shake free from Jacoby Walter, who started this second half in place of Grady Dick. Anthony lobs a pass in to Banchero, picked off by Mobo. Down the floor comes Mobo at the rim and flushes it down.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he brought it, Jonesy.
That's what I'm talking about. This kid has supreme athleticism. and the ability to finish that time. He didn't look left or right. He went right down Main Street. That's what I'm talking about.
61-56. With the exclamation point, the Raptors take the 5-point lead at the midway point of the third quarter. Banchero straight away. Deep triple. Missed that one. And Robinson with the rebound. Banchero tonight just 1 for 4. Here's Barrett driving with the left hand on the left side. Missed the shot. Cleaned up by Robinson. Taken away by Howard. Robinson fights to get it back. And we're going to have a jump ball between Jet Howard and Orlando Robinson.
And Barrett gets banged with the body contact by Wendell Clark Jr. And then Orlando Robinson is grabbed, and the Raptors end up with a jump ball.
5:47 to go now, third quarter. Raptors leading by 5 as we await the jump. 13 on the shot clock if the Raptors control. Should be a huge advantage on the height for Orlando Robinson. All about positioning right now. And what did I just say? Robinson wins, but the Raptors don't position it. And KCP goes down the floor with a two-hand flush with the defender right on his back. Raptor lead cut to 3. Walter around a Robinson screen. Leans in far side. Blocked from behind. Magic get the stop down the floor. Again, it's KCP with the layup and an alleged foul. And a three-point opportunity for Caldwell Pope could tie the game.
Well, let's break this down. First of all, you can't turn it over. I thought Walter was fouled from behind by Jet Howard. And then at the other end, you got R.J. Barrett driving, no calls. And then this little touch foul here given. Dreadful. In a number of ways.
5:22 to go in this third quarter. Raptors leading by 1 for now. We'll see if that changes when we come back on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew. Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
When you sit on your Aeroplan points, it's like you're sitting on your next trip. Like a sunny getaway, sitting on a terrace. But instead, you're sitting on your Aeroplan points. So the only place you're sitting is in your car coming back from work. Use your points and go from sipping on your leftover latte to sipping on the local vintage. So, stop sitting on your next trip and start enjoying your Aeroplan points.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. 5:22 to go in the third quarter. Raptors leading 61-60. A free throw is coming, which could tie the game, as the Raptors have briefly opened up a 6-point lead, and now the Magic trying to go on a mini 6-0 run to pull even yet again. 5:22 to go in the third. It's been a back-and-forth affair for most of the evening. And you take a look down at the stats right now. The Raptors, Jonesy, have attempted 10 more field goals in this game. 10 more shots. They've made 4 more field goals, but they have been doubled up at the free throw line, something we've talked about a ton this season. 22 of 26 are the Magic. The Raptors 11 of 14. So nearly twice the number of attempts and exactly twice the amount of makes.
Well, it's something that we've seen a trend, and I'm telling you, you get those labels pinned on you in this league, sometimes in life for crying out loud, and you can't shake them.
61 apiece, says KCP does indeed make the free throw. Caldwell Pope with 12 points tonight on 5 of 7 shooting. That free throw was his first of the game. Orlando Robinson giving it up to Jamal Shead. Shot clock already down at 8 for the Raptors. Shead on the far side. At the elbow, leans in. Bucket and foul. 3-point opportunity coming for Shead.
That's the same call that was missed on Jacoby Walter, but good for Jamal Shead and a great job. Good ball movement that they tried to deny him, and then he used the Robinson screen really nicely to get the shot up and away.
Love the way that Shead floated that one up and in, and he knocks down the free throw off the bench tonight. Shead has been fantastic in 9 minutes with 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Raptors regain the lead by 3, 64-61. Banchero around a screen set by Carter. Now driving on the near side, got to the tin and switched hands right to left to lay it up and in.
Only his second field goal make of the game.
Raptors by 1. Shead barks out the play, bounces a pass to Robinson. On the far side, hands off on the perimeter to Barrett. Good look at a 3, too strong, back rim. Rebound to Caldwell Pope. Ahead to Cole Anthony, across center he comes. Shead in front of him. Banchero sets a screen, wipes out Shead as he lowers the shoulder. Shead comes down gingerly and trying to flex out that left arm. They said it was clean and play on. Barrett passes back out to Shead towards center. Shot clock at 8. Raptors by 1. Shead driving on the far side, rifles a pass to Robinson, who floats it in. Great play by Shead on the breakdown.
I just love the youngster. I know my praise for him has been effusive, but he just continues to show a calmness that belies his experience in this league.
3:40 to go in the third. Carter bounces the pass to Banchero on the perimeter. Now toward the far side, goes cross court, left to right to Howard, driving toward the baseline, kicks back to Carter on the perimeter. The 3 ball too strong. It goes to Howard, though, who then drives to the tin and lays it in. And the second chance opportunity pays dividends for the Magic.
Well, they got lucky. It was long shot, long rebound, and Toronto didn't cover.
3:15 to go. Raptors by 1, far side. Barrett put his head down, driving to the tin. He was fouled. It's going to be on the floor with 3:14 to go in the quarter. And now Jet Howard talking a little junk to Ochai Agbaji over on the Raptor bench. Ochai in street clothes tonight. Again, we still haven't been given any kind of word, if there's even anything to say, about Chris Boucher, the only player, to our knowledge, that is available who hasn't played tonight. And I find that strange considering the length and the size, Jonesy, of the Magic. Even when they go to the bench like they are right now with guys like Bataze and Isaac on the floor. We saw De Silva earlier. I don't quite understand why there's no time for a guy like Chris Boucher, who has played so well for the Raptors, but maybe there's something we're not aware of.
Yeah. Nobody's told us anything. And in the meantime, you're the Raptors, you carry on. Maybe they're just devoting the time to the young guys.
Barrett hit the first, missed the second. RJ at the line tonight, 3 of 6, and that speaks to what we talked about earlier. The one blemish on his card this year is the free throw shooting at just 65%, but otherwise a magnificent season and certainly a solid night tonight, leading the way for the Raptors with 17-6-6. Raptors leading by 2 as Anthony Black is fouled on the near side. He tried to float one up. Orlando Robinson leaned in and got a little too aggressive, and he sends Black to the free throw line. A chance now for Anthony Black to tie this ball game with 2:54 to go in the third. First free throw rattles around and goes down. Black off the bench with 6 points, just 1 field goal. But he's making a decent dent at the stripe where he's 4 of 5. Second free throw is good. We're locked at 67. Robinson on the baseline floats a pass into Scotty Barnes, who checks back in. 4 fouls in the ball game for Scotty. Only 18 minutes played, just 4 points, 1 rebound for Barnes. Quickly in the near corner to Mobo for three. He missed that one. Robinson tried to grab it. Couldn't. Looked like he was being held by Isaac. No foul called, though, and the Magic come the other way looking for the lead. In the near corner, Bataze, wide open triple, no good. And we got a foul on the floor as players were battling for the rebound. And Isaac is down in a heap face first. And we'll see what the call is.
Well, he was sandwiched between just fighting for position with Barnes and Mobo. I don't know where the foul was there. I don't know where the foul was.
I think they're getting a shove in the back by Barnes, and that's going to be his fifth. And now this is taking so long, I wonder if they're looking for a flagrant, which I can't believe. But
you got to be kidding me.
Well, instant replay request. Is that from Darko or is that from the Magic?
They just continue to call reactions. You sent me a reel yesterday of a kid's game.
Maybe 10, 12 years old at most?
12 years old, where the kid they were locked up in body contact on the inbound, and you hold off so that the ball can be passed away from the defense.
We're in the penalty, that'll be 2 shots.
Common foul.
Where you lock up and you hold the defender off and they pass the ball away from the defense, you disengage and go and get it.
Right.
The kid that was defending, as soon as the other guy moved away, made it look like he was pushed, flopped, and got the call. Like, this is the stuff that kids are learning from watching flopping in the NBA.
Taking a long time to get these free throws going as well. I mean, the review is done. Let's go. Isaac's off the floor. The review is over. Let's get this game rolling with 2:29 to go in the third. We're locked at 67. Darko Rajakovic and his coaching staff still huddled with a couple of the officials trying to get more of an explanation, I suppose. They're standing right in front of our broadcast colleagues, Vince Carter and Alvin Williams, along with Matt Devlin. Alvin Williams, Jonesy's career high came against the Magic in Orlando, 32. And we already told you earlier in the broadcast, one of the few, I believe, 5 players in franchise history that has scored 50-plus. Terrence Ross in attendance tonight, watching his 2 former teams go toe-to-toe.
T. Ross had a career where he only played for 2 teams, right? Until got dealt to Phoenix at the end. But he was pretty much a fixture and a staple wherever he went, and that's good for him.
He's been doing some broadcast work this year with the Magic as well. Kind of some spot duty from time to time, I believe, on both their TV studio and their radio broadcasts. First free throw, no good for Jonathan Isaac. We're still tied at 67 as the big man gets free throw number 2. Clean for the Magic. Take a 1-point lead.
Just heard from Orlando, and they're saying that Chris Boucher is indeed available.
And the Raptors on their offensive trip. Did they just get caught with a shot clock violation?
Yeah, because the shot clock operator is fast asleep. They just brought the ball over center.
I was wondering if I was losing my mind or something, Jonesy. I mean, I saw the buzzer go off. I looked up at the screen, saw that the clock was also at 0, and didn't understand how that was possible. So they miraculously have found 13 seconds and put it back on the clock. How do you mess that up?
Sorry, I'm getting to the age where my filter after this time on Earth is being worn down pretty significantly.
Bobo driving on the baseline, fires a pass out on the perimeter to Lawson, to Shed cross court to Quickly. Drives down Main Street, hit hard midair, and it's going to be a couple of free throws for Quickly. The only thing I can think is somebody at the scores table set it at 14 instead of 24, but I don't know. Otherwise, I don't know. Ultimately, the Raptors got the time on the clock, and now they're going to get free throws and a chance to regain the lead as they trail by 1 with 2:02 to go in the third quarter. Quickly knocks down the first one. We're tied at 68.
Nice job by the Raptors. Hang in, you know. Players down, no Abaji, no Grady. This means opportunity for some of these other guys and take advantage.
Second free throw is good. Raptors jump back on top by 1. A seesaw battle in this third quarter. As the Raptors went into the half with a 1-point lead, they still have that 1-point lead. Anthony Black with a left-hand dribble on the far side. Stops on a dime, goes cross-court with the pass to Jet Howard for 3. It goes, and the Magic jump on top by 2.
Tough shot by Howard. They were running at him. The contest coming from the Raptors, and he knocked it out. Manuel quickly was right there.
And over on the far sideline, Jamal Shead is bumped. He's hit by Anthony Black. That'll be the second foul of the game on Black with 1:32 to go in this third quarter. That sends Toronto to the free throw line as the Magic are over the limit. So Shead now will have a chance to tie this game. He's been to the line once tonight. First free throw up and good. Toronto trails by 1. Shead off the bench with 12 points. Jamal Shead wearing that black 23 on the red Raptor jersey. 4 of 6 tonight. Has a couple of assists as well. Misses the second free throw, so the Magic still on top by 1. Anthony Black comes across center on that Magic logo. Now driving on the far side. Got into the paint and snuffed out and denied on a big block by Robinson. Here come the Raptors. Shead, far sideline, quickly 3 ball up and in. The Raptors lead by 2.
Great job. Robinson with the block, keeping it in bounds, not swatting it into the expensive seats, and Raptors change ends of the floor really quickly, really well.
Out on the perimeter, it's Howard. We're under a minute to go in the third. Howard gives it up to Black. Anthony Black now trying to work on Shead. Went left, spins back right, gets into the paint, below the far elbow, floats it up, missed the shot. Robinson with the rebound, and he pushes ahead to Quickly. 45 seconds to go. Quickly across center. Got a step on Howard, got to the tin, scoops it up and in, plus the foul, and a 3-point opportunity coming for Emmanuel Quickly.
Quickly so adept at that left-hand layup footwork on the right side. Kind of the wrong foot, I would say, but it's not the wrong foot when it's planned and it keeps you away, going away from the defense. You know, times you're supposed to use the right-left footwork to get in and protect the ball, get the body contact, but he gets it there going the other way. Great job by Quickly.
75-71, make it 76-71. Raptors leading by 5. Nice spurt here to close the quarter for the Raptors, and they just got a steal. Mobo took it away from Franz Wagner. Raptors with a chance for more. Could be a 2-for-1 right here as well if they go quick. Quickly out to Robinson, hands back to Quickly, near side, now driving into the paint. Oh, beautiful pass to a cutting Mobo in the back door, who lays it in. What a find from Quickly.
He floated midair. I thought he got caught because he changed his mind, but a great find at Mobo, continuing to cut on the baseline.
78-71. Raptors by 7. Here comes Bataze to the 10, fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line. They're going to get it on A.J. Lawson.
Oh, 2 Raptors went airborne and landed on the ground, and Bataze was the one that is going to get the free throws.
So the big man Bataze goes to the line, scoreless in the game, 0 for 4. A chance to finally get on the board right here at the stripe. 7.6 seconds to play. Bataze's found a home in Orlando.
Yeah.
Numbers don't show it tonight, but he has played well this season. Free throw no good. Bataze averaging 8 and 8 this year with a couple of assists in 23 minutes. The 18th pick in the 2019 draft out of Serbia. He was drafted by the Indiana Pacers. Bounced around a little bit and has found a home in Florida. Knocks down the second free throw, 1 of 2 at the stripe. Raptor lead is now 6 at 78-72. Again, 7.6 seconds to go in the quarter as Shead gets it into Quickly. Game clock down to 6. Down to 3 as Quickly gets into the lane, floats it up and in. And is there a late whistle too?
Sure looked like it. As Quickly was hit, coming away, squinting in his left eye. Great job by Emmanuel Quickly.
Raptors leading by 8, and Quickly goes to the stripe. Bataze did catch Quickly in the face after he released the shot, but hey, he hit him nevertheless. It didn't affect the shot, Jonesy. That would be one that you would say maybe is a play on, but you play by the rules that are in the league right now, and that's a foul and a three-point opportunity for Emmanuel Quickly. Gives the Raptors an opportunity to go up 9 heading into the fourth. Free throw is good. 81-72. The Raptors have to play defense for 1.7 seconds. At center court, the heave no good, and the Raptors do indeed head to the fourth with a 9-point lead.
Great job. Great. We talk about starting and finishing quarters. The Raptors on a nice run to finish the quarter. And the lead that was 1 at halftime is now 9 as they win that quarter again. Great job. Shooting percentage climbing north for Toronto.
It's an 11-1 run over the final 1 minute and 12 seconds. The Raptors leading by 9, 81-72. Fourth quarter comes next on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Hey, Taylor, coffee?
Maybe later. My oil furnace is out again.
You should upgrade to an electric heat pump.
Isn't that expensive?
No, it's worth it. It can heat even when it's minus 30, cools when it gets warmer. Plus, there's a government program to help cover most of the costs up front.
Huh, coffee's on me then.
To see if you're eligible for the Oil to Heat Pump Affordability Program, visit canada.ca/heat pumps or call 1-800-O-CANADA. A message from the Government of Canada.
Rogers Xfinity Internet is ready for everything, so you can search and stream and shop and study and share and play and post and work and watch and game and work out and download and... Wow, that's a lot. And now you can save a lot, too, at the Rogers Spring Event. Visit in-store or Rogers.com and save on Canada's most reliable internet. Get Rogers Xfinity Internet and be ready to do more everything.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you as we get set to start the fourth quarter. The Raptors leading by 9, 81-72. Emmanuel Quickly with a big third quarter, and a lot of it came late. Now leading the Raptors with 18 points. In fact, he's the leading scorer in the ballgame. The Raptors outscored the Magic 33-25 in that third frame. They closed on an 11-1 run. They start the fourth with the ball. Quickly misses his floater, follows, gets his own miss, puts it back in the tin. He's got 20, and the Raptors lead by 11, matching their largest lead of the game.
Great start to the quarter. Great start to the quarter. Starting and finishing quarters so important.
Carter at the free throw line for the Magic, hands off to Franz Wagner. Wagner trying to shake free from Jacoby Walter. Walter, great job staying with Wagner, who turned, fired, and uses length to elevate over Walter and get the deuce from the far elbow. Raptors by 9, Quickly on the far side. He's got the hot hand, and he's fouled on a reach by Cole Anthony. It'll be sideline out of bounds with 15 on the shot clock.
Love that Emmanuel Quickly continues to put pressure on the defense. He's got them on their heels right now. They're guessing. He's making threes. He's breaking them down on the dribble. He's getting it to different people in the lane. He's really in charge of the tempo right now for the Raptors.
Anthony just picked up his 5th foul of the game. A frustrating evening for him. 3 of 11 for only 7 points, 1 assist. And he sits down as Anthony Black checks back into the ball game. With the Magic trailing by 9. Raptors run offense quickly. Over to Pirtle. Back to quickly on the perimeter near side. Pirtle comes over to set a screen. Quickly goes the other way. Then rifles a pass back to a cutting Pirtle who floats it in. Plus the foul. And a three-point opportunity coming for Jakob Pirtle. Great execution.
Quickly in total control. Got both bigs to him. Wendell Carter Jr. and Wagner. Late on the rotation. Again, Toronto cleared out the one side. You run that screen and roll in the middle and then just get it a little bit toward the side. People are afraid of potential threes, imminent threes coming from the other end, and you've got the whole side to work with.
And Pirtle gets the free throw to go, 86-74. Raptors by 12, their largest lead of the game. A minute gone by, a minute 10 to be exact in this fourth quarter. Black to Banchero. Bobbles the pass. He thought he was bumped. The officials say no. The Raptors will get the ball on the baseline and get it in. Quickly to Pirtle. Back to Quickly. Across center he comes. Now shakes free from Wagner. Rifles the pass back over to Lawson in the paint. Over on the far wing to Walter. Back up top to Quickly. Shot clock at 11. Pirtle setting the screen. Quickly goes around it. Now driving on the far side. Floater up and in off glass. And Quickly is feasting right now.
Oh, he is. Like I said, he's got them on their heels. The screen roll stuff with Pirtle. He had Pirtle on that last one and decided, you know what, I'm going to take it myself.
Pirtle gets the steal, lobs it ahead to Barnes for the dunk, and the Raptors have ballooned the lead to 16 with 10:13 to play.
And Scotty was fouled on that dunk. Banchero came underneath him and pushed him. It's a good thing he could hang on to the rim to protect himself. Both hands out. And Scotty looked at the officials like, you're going to call these little tic-tac fouls on guys on run-out layups with just brushes, and I get pushed on a dunk? If you're the Raptors, huge. 16-point lead right now. We've been here before, though. Let's see what you've learned in the Chicago game.
I believe, on memory, it was 10:05 on Friday night when the Raptors led by 16. Right now, it's 10:13. With a 16-point lead.
What have you learned?
We'll find out when we come back on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito.
Food for every mood.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 10:13 to go in the ballgame. 90-74. Raptors leading by 16. And Emmanuel Quickly has exploded for 15 points in the second half. And when I say second half, we still got over 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. He's got 22 points to lead all scorers. 4 assists and a couple of rebounds, and he's been locked in defensively as well. He's on the floor guarding KCP right now. A.J. Lawson out there trying to deal with the veteran Corey Joseph getting his first burn. The Canadian playing against his former team, one of his former teams, in the Raptors. Carter at the free throw line. Wendell Carter turns, fires over Pirtle, missed badly, and Barnes grabs the rebound. Manuel quickly toward the near sideline and away from the ball. Wendell Carter just ran over A.J. Lawson, and that'll be a foul on Carter.
Wendell Carter Jr.
That'll be his second.
His second, third team foul.
It's the third team foul on the Magic, and we're barely 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Could be huge for the Raptors if they want to try and make a parade to the free throw line. Pirtle out on the perimeter toward the far side. Now spins toward the free throw line. Passes back up top to Quickly. Shot clock down to 3. Quickly driving near side as he's falling to the baseline. He throws it up off glass and kissed it and got it to go.
He's got such great body control. His proprioception, feeling himself in space, drifting that time, but yet knocking it down.
Far wing triple is good for Orlando as the 3-ball goes down for Wendell Carter. The big man showing off his range. It cuts the Raptor lead to 15.
Well, they put Wagner on quickly, and they're trying to deny him the ball, but
Quickly to Lawson, near side, driving to the baseline, lost the handle, turned it over. Lawson, the only Raptor player to not score tonight. In fact, in 13 minutes, no points, no rebounds, no assists, but trying to do his job defensively. Again, he's locked in on the veteran Corey Joseph right now. And a terrible lob pass from Wendell Carter to Franz Wagner led him about 6 feet too far and floated his pass into the baseline out of bounds.
Well, there was no pressure either. I mean,
terrible.
He's got to pass that thing towards the basket. Quickly was caught on the outside, on the sideline edge. And Wagner had inside position. That's what you get when you get a big man passing, though. Lob it to the hoop.
Oh, how about that big man cutting to the basket? Jakob Poeltl with a beautiful pass from Scotty Barnes. Monster flush for Poeltl, and the Raptors lead by 17. And the Magic just turned it over. Here comes Shead to Barnes. Back to Shead. Lob it up. Lawson missing. Guided back into the 10 by Scotty Barnes. And the Raptors lead by 19.
Well, stay aggressive. Stay aggressive. And notice, Eric, they're staying aggressive tonight, but they're not taking threes. Remember what I talked about at the beginning of the game? How do you stay aggressive? It's tough to play with a big lead. How do you stay aggressive, yet not give the other team opportunities? Look at the points in the paint right now. 54-30. And think about the last little while. The barrage, Quickly on floaters, Poeltl on dunks, fast breaks, tip-ins, Barnes with a dunk. This is how you do it.
And I'll give you two numbers when we come back that will emphasize your point even further, Jonesy, with the Raptors leading 96-77 with 8:09 to go on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
We are gathered here today to celebrate life's big milestones. Do you promise to stand together through?
Hey, basketball fans, Raptors fans, we the North, thank you so much for helping us create this amazing community here for the Raptors and all of the sports on Toronto Sports Insider. Now's the time of the show. Please let us know where you're watching from. Where is We the North gathering from? All over the world. How far out is our reach? Let's go. In the chat, city and province in Canada, city and state in the United States. Put your flag emoji out there for your country. Let us know if you're international as well. And cheers for participating in the chat. Now let's get back to the basketball. Let's go, Raptors! Go, Raptors, go! We the North! We the North! Ha ha!
Basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. 8:09 to go in the fourth quarter. The Raptors leading 96-77. Toronto doing a solid job of regaining and then building upon the lead, Jonesy. It was a back-and-forth affair in the third quarter until the final 90 seconds or so, and the Raptors closed the third on an 11-1 run, and they have kept momentum going here in the opening 4 minutes of the fourth.
Well, they've stayed aggressive, and those are great numbers, Eric. Still more than half the quarter to go, and we saw a collapse in Chicago.
And I was going to tell you that I had some numbers to emphasize about the three ball and the Raptors getting away from it, as Franz Wagner just nailed a three ball. Toronto with only 5 triple attempts in the second half, and of those 54 points in the paint, 32 of them have come in the second half, and we still have 7.5 minutes to go.
Well, that's there you go. Old school basketball, right? Get the ball close to the basket, and we see a palming violation called. Like, when are they going to call that on? When are they going to call that on Tyler Hero and Jason Tatum and these guys that use it as a move?
96-90.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for calling it. I want to see it called because, you know, even the guy that is people profess as the greatest handle of this generation in Kyrie Irving, he gets his hand down there at 4:30, 5 o'clock at times. That's why I will still give
James Harden.
That's why I will still give Isaiah Lord Thomas III the best ball handler I've ever seen.
Well, after the Jacoby Walter turnover, the Magic turn it right back over as Wendell Carter and Paolo Banchero not reading the same mail. They throw it out of bounds on the near sideline, and the Raptors will get the ball leading by 16. 96-80 with 7:20 to go. R.J. Barrett toward the logo at center. Stops his dribble, now bounces a pass to Barnes straight away inside the arc. Hands off to Shead. Moving left to right through the lane. Now back to Barrett along the baseline with a flush. A two-hand cram for the Canadian.
Little misdirection there. RJ doing a nice job.
I thought I was watching the Buffalo Bills offense there with like Josh Allen finding Khalil Shakir in the slot. 98-80. Raptors by 18. Corey Joseph triple is good. And the veteran knocks it down for his first bucket of the game. Raptors by 15 with 6:35 to go. Barnes across center. Playing in foul trouble all night. Barrett trying to turn the corner into the paint, cut off by Carter. He's at the near elbow. Now he goes to the right side. Turns, fires, throws the shot up over his head as he's fouled. And he's going to get 2 free throws. R.J. Barrett. The solid night continues for R.J. 19, 5, and 5. And going to the line for attempts 7 and 8.
Great job by RJ. I mean, kind of grinding and continuing to play through contact. I don't think he gets enough credit. That's just me, though. And like I said, I might be biased, but this kid brings it every night.
First free throw is good. He's got 20. Quickly with 24 on the bench right now as Barrett left the second free throw way short. So just 4 of 8 at the free throw line, but 7 of 12 from the floor for 20 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Barnes now sitting down, getting another breather. On the floor, it's Barrett, Robinson, Shead, Mobo, and Walter. Robinson just got a piece of the Banchero shot. He's had a rough night tonight. Paolo just 2 of 6, only 10 points. Walter on the far side. On the perimeter now, it goes to Robinson. Robinson looking to hand off to Shead, and he does. The shot clock down at 10. Shead straight away, crosses up. Corey Joseph into the paint, stops on a dime, turns, fires, misses the one-hand floater. Robinson couldn't squeeze, but it's picked up by Mobo, and he elevates and is fouled, and Mobo's going to the free throw line.
We still have not yet had a 3-ball since you and I talked about it. I'm looking at this fourth quarter, Eric, and the Raptors halfway through have not had a 3-ball. They've maintained the lead that was 19 to 16, and they got a couple of free throws now. Even on that last possession, Jamal Shead above the arc, didn't settle for a 3. Got it into the lane, got a shot at the basket. The penetration kind of broke down the defensive rotation. Mobo comes up with the rebound and gets free throws. Got to make free throws now, but this is how you stay aggressive.
Raptors had 8 3-point attempts in the first quarter. 5 in the second, 5 in the third, none in the fourth, as we were just discussing. Mobo splits the free throws. Raptors by 17. We are past the midway point. 5:40 now left in the ballgame. Joseph over to Carter. Hands off to Franz Wagner. At the elbow, got down to the right block, got to the baseline, threw it up, missed the shot. Ball tapped around and ultimately picked up by Walter, but then taken away at midcourt by KCP. They say the Raptors had possession, so it's a fresh 24 for the Magic. As Banchero gets into the paint, he is hit and fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Just the fundamentals on that play. Jacoby Walter takes the ball and then starts to dribble in the middle of his body. You're going left, put that ball in your left hand. That way the defense has to come across you to foul you. Right? He did a nice job of starting his dribble, catching it with two hands, and then putting it on the ground. But he put it on the ground. You got to feel that guy coming on your other side and go with the left hand. Go away from the defense. Those are three key words that you always stress. Move away from the defense. Pass away from the defense. Be aware of where the defense is when you start to do anything.
Free throw is good for Banchero. 8 of 10 at the free throw line. Only 2 of 6 from the floor. He's got 12 points in the ball game. Magic trailing by 15 with 5:15 to go. Far side, Shead whips a cross-court pass to to Walter in the near corner. To Robinson on the wing. Robinson goes over on the far side on the wing to Shead for 3. It rattled halfway down and popped out. Banchero with the rebound.
First 3 ball of the quarter for Toronto.
185. Raptors by 15. Franz Wagner, far sideline. 3 ball, no good. Rebound to Mobo. So the Raptors come away with that one unscathed. And now Darko wants to chat about things with 4:44 to go.
I like that timeout. I like that timeout by Darko. Still has a couple to go. You're up 15. Get something good coming out of the timeout here and then retreat and play some defense.
185. The Raptors with the lead on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Rogers Xfinity Internet is ready for everything, so you can search and stream and shop and study and share and play and post and work and watch and game and work out and download and... Wow, that's a lot. And now you can save a lot too at the Rogers Spring Event. Visit in-store or Rogers.com and save on Canada's most reliable internet. Get Rogers Xfinity Internet and be ready to do more everything.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 185. The Raptors leading by 15 with 4:44 to go. Toronto will stay in Orlando after the game. An off day tomorrow, at least in terms of games. I would assume that they will practice at a local high school or college. Maybe I'm wrong, but I assume that's the case unless Darko gives them a day off after a big victory, if they secure said victory. Leading by 15 with under 5 minutes to play. They will play the Magic again on Tuesday night before heading home. There's a charity event in town involving the Raptors on Wednesday, and then back onto the court later on this week with the home back-to-back on Friday, Saturday. Barrett in the lane, near side, floats one up, missed the shot, but he's fouled by Wagner. And R.J. Barrett back to the stripe for attempts 9 and 10.
Doing a nice job again. 7 of 12. We talked about the free throw shooting. That's only 4 of 8, but 25 and 5 tonight on 12 shots.
That homestand, Jones, that I mentioned for the Raptors coming up with the home back-to-back. Friday, it's the Utah Jazz in town. Then it's the 2 straight that you mentioned earlier in the broadcast against the Washington Wizards on Saturday, Monday. And then the Raptors next Wednesday. That's next Wednesday, not this coming. Next Wednesday against the Philadelphia 76ers, a 4-game homestand. The Raptors then hit the road for a West Coast trip where they will play 4 straight beginning in Utah. Barrett makes good on the free throws. 22 points in the ballgame for RJ. A beautiful night for him. And the Raptors leading by 17 with 4:15 to play. Banchero on the perimeter. Bounce pass over to Corey Joseph. Puts it on the floor. Drives into the paint. His shot's knocked out, but he was fouled. And he's going to go to the free throw line.
Minimal contact, but nonetheless contact. And Corey, the veteran, did a nice job. Listen for the yell as he got the contact. And emphasize that to the official.
102-85. Joseph will try and knock a couple off that right now. And the first free throw goes down for Corey Joseph. If healthy, not that he's not going to help this team with them not being healthy. I mean, he's going to play a lot more now, Jonesy, with Suggs out. But when healthy, if healthy, I loved this signing and addition for the Magic, bringing in a vet like Corey with the young squad that the Anthony Parker and others in Orlando have compiled.
They brought in a couple of vets in. You think about Caldwell Pope and Corey Joseph, and it's too bad the injuries derailed them there.
Driving on the far side, quickly buried his shoulder. Looked like he was fouled, but instead they're going to call him with the off-arm push-off, allegedly, and wipe out the possession.
How do you call that? How do you call that? The defense is moving and not in a guarding position. He's trying to protect the ball.
102-87, Raptors by 15. Joseph out to Wagner, far side, puts it on the floor, drives into the paint, got to the 10, scoops it up and in the Raptor lead, cut to 13.
Yeah, RJ let him get to his right hand. Same way he likes to get to his left. Cut off the guy's strong hand.
Jacoby Walter across center. Tried to cross up Corey Joseph. Gets down to the left block. A few fakes, gives it to Robinson, and I don't know what happened there. Robinson, it looked like he might have short-armed it, but instead, I think he might have got fouled. No call. Scotty Barnes is calling for it as well. Luckily, though, for the Raptors, they're saying that the shot, as funky as it might have been, was deflected. And they're going to give the ball to the Raptors. Jamal Mosley was trying to call for a timeout and a challenge. The officials didn't give it to him and quickly inbounded the ball, then missed as he got the ball back and shot a three. So the Magic come away unscathed as Banchero steps into a triple and knocks it down. And with 3:10 to play, the Magic have cut it to 10.
Oh, Raptors stop being aggressive, right? Couple of threes have come into the equation. Not breaking it down.
Barnes to the 10, lays it in. That breaks up a run for the Magic. Orlando was on a 7-0 run.
There you go. Punch back.
104-92, 2:45 to go. Here comes Banchero. Skipping through traffic, floats it up, missed the shot, hit from behind. If that's on Robinson, we're okay. If it's on Scotty, he's done.
I think they got Robinson.
Yep, Robinson with the foul. That'll be his fourth.
Raptors did not do a good job. Quickly kind of waved at Banchero as he came toward him. Jump in there, stop him, like stand in his path, make him go out and around you, or you try to take the charge, but don't just stick your arm out and wave at him. That's not slowing that guy down. And now he gets to the basket, puts your big guy in a compromising position, gets a foul, gets to the free throw line, stops the clock, gets to score. Those are all concentration things. And those are, for me as a coach, I'd be pointing those out on the video the next day. Hey, jump out, commit, help, and then recover.
Banchero knocks down both free throws. 12 free throw attempts tonight for Banchero. He's 10 of 12. Magic trailing by 10 with 2.5 minutes to go in the ballgame. Scotty Barnes way above the arc out on the far side. Double team comes as he whips a pass to Robinson down low. Fires back out on the perimeter to Quickly, driving on the near side, getting into the paint. Goes back out on the perimeter to Barrett. And Robinson gets caught too long in the key, and that wipes out the Raptor possession with 2:20 to play.
So we've seen the Raptors called for a palming and a 3 seconds.
Well, let's buy a lottery ticket on the way home tonight. 10-point lead for the Raptors with 2:10 to play. Magic cannot afford to miss at any point now, and they just turn the ball right back over. Batazzi and Banchero on the perimeter with the mail not being read by the same guy.
The other part of being aggressive is being aggressive defensively. Scotty Barnes was denying Banchero all the way out to the writing that said Kia Center.
And now Scotty drives down the floor, down Main Street, goes into the far corner to Robinson for three. I don't know why you needed a triple that early in the shot clock, especially from Robinson.
Great call, Eric.
Banchero driving to the tin, missed it, but he was fouled, and he's going to go to the line with a chance to cut this to single digits with 1:53 to play.
Robinson's got to dribble that into the lane, see if he can attract somebody, kill some time on the clock. That's where, the three ball helps both teams in terms of shrinking the lead. It's a bad shot for Toronto. I mean, everybody will tell me, "Oh, Jonesy, that's the way the game's played." Yeah, it is, but when you have a 10-point lead, that is a bad shot. That is a bad shot. If it goes in, it's still a bad shot.
Yeah.
You eat up the space, get into the lane, see if you can get an easier one, get fouled. If not, you kick it out. Your point guard's there. You get into some screen roll sequence. That's the stuff that people look at in the NBA. Well, dare I say, knowledgeable basketball people, and say, that's a terrible shot.
Banchero missed the first, hits the second. So it could have been 8. Instead, it sits at 9. Raptors leading 104-95, 1:47 to go. Quickly across center, calls out the play. He's got Corey Joseph in front of him. Goes over to Barrett, back to Quickly. Shot clock down to 10. Quickly, still on the far wing. Way above the arc, now puts it on the floor. Corey Joseph trying to hold his ground as Quickly gets into the paint, turns, fires, too strong off glass. Magic grabbed the rebound. Corey Joseph flips it ahead to Franz Wagner.
I'll take that shot, though.
Wagner driving on the far side, stops in the baseline, fires up the jumper, it goes, and the Magic cut it to 7 with 1:22 to play. I'm surprised they're not picking up much pressure here. They need the ball back.
Yeah, they are, though. I mean, they know that Toronto's going to walk it up.
Banchero on Barnes' left hip. Scotty out toward center. Shot clock down at 8. Scotty now puts it on the floor, driving into the paint. Turns, fires over Banchero. Missed the shot. Not a great one for Scotty. And here come the Magic. We're under a minute to go.
Bigger player defending him.
Wagner, far side. Threw up the shot, missed it. Chases down his own miss. Fires back out on the perimeter to Banchero. He drives into the paint. Goes at Walter. Lays it up and in. Plus the foul. It's down to 6, and it could be... Check that. It's down to 5, and it could be 4 in a moment.
Wagner made that play by going after his miss. The old adage, follow your shot. And again, I didn't think there was a whole lot of contact. But you talked about the Scotty Barnes shot, how tough that look was. He settled for a fall away.
And you hear the music in the background. That's being played for Orlando Robinson. They actually got him on the reach. So hit the road jack, I guess, for Orlando Robinson. The foul would have been better if they called the bump on Jacoby Walter. Instead, they called the reach by Orlando Robinson. He checks out of the ball game in 21 minutes, 6 points, 7 rebounds, and a block shot. Jakob Poeltl, we haven't seen in a while, 16 points, 11 rebounds, does have 5 fouls, and he is remaining on the bench in crunch time. Interesting decision. Mobo checks back in as Banchero at the stripe makes the free throw to cut it to 4 with 49 seconds to play.
This is the tough part of learning to win. You know, you saw a big lead dissipate in Chicago, turn into a loss. You see a big lead dissipate here and you're hanging on. This is the experience that's needed to close out. And if you're going to be in these kinds of games next year when they count, and hopefully you're a play-in or a playoff team, you need to learn from these right now.
Jonesy with 4:31 to play. Check that, 4:13 to play. The Raptors led 102-85. The 15-2 run since the 4:13 mark. And if you want to go a little bit bigger, it's a 20-6 run. The Raptors did lead by as many as 19 in this fourth quarter With just over 8 minutes to go, they led by 19. And again, with 4:13 to go, they led by 17. It has now been cut to 4. 104-100, 49.1 seconds to play.
Well, and you need a score. You need to have a solid possession, get a good shot here.
R.J. Barrett inbounding on the far sideline, taking a long time to get it in, finally does to Barnes. Barnes covered by Banchero. 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Barnes throws it out towards center to Quickly. Corey Joseph in front of Quickly. Game clock down to 35, shot clock at 10. Raptors milking this one down. Quickly on the near side, stops on a dime on the perimeter, goes back up top to Barrett. Wagner in front of him, sidestep, triple, far wing, too strong, missed wildly, didn't hit the rim. It's a shot clock violation. Orlando ball with 25.1 seconds to play in the game. That was probably the worst outcome outside of a turnover, Jonesy. You milk the clock down, but then it doesn't even hit the rim.
But I go back to be aggressive. RJ with the ball, he's a guy that loves to get downhill. Get downhill. See if you can get a bump. See if you can get a foul. Get to the basket. Play through contact.
Wagner throws it into Banchero. Gets it across center with a lot of pressure coming. Nearly throws it away, and he does. But no, he doesn't. As Barrett got in front of the pass, diving onto the near sideline, tried to save it and couldn't. Just at the last second, he slid out of bounds. It's going to be Orlando ball, but there's only 14.9 seconds to play. Barnes with the pressure forced Banchero into a very tough pass.
Well,
that was that close to being picked off and turned over.
What happened was Corey Joseph tried to get the foul and fell to the ground. And when the double jumped Banchero, he went to pass it to Corey Joseph, who was sitting on his wallet. And then before he comes down, he tries to go cross court, and RJ's reading the mail, but just not quite there for the delivery. I don't know if that went out of bounds. We're
getting the look at the replay, folks, so Jonesy's got the Hawkeye on right now.
I think he caught it and saved it before it hit the ground. I think that was a...
Well, I don't know if they're going to look at it. It was an Orlando timeout, so I believe it's going to be magic ball, and I don't see any review happening.
Well, Darko does have his challenge. I challenge that one. I challenge it now. What are you saving it for? I would challenge it now to let them say, no, that was a clean play. The Raptors had imminent possession. Or, well, it was a clean save. We're going to have a jump ball.
I don't know why you wouldn't. Can't take it with you.
You're a baseball guy. You don't get 4 swings next time, man. Hack at that third strike, baby.
Well, no challenge coming. 104-100. Raptors leading by 4. Magic are going to need some help. Corey Joseph gets it into Wagner. Wagner back over to Corey. Gives it up. 3 ball up, no good. Carter missed that one. Rebound tracked down by Banchero. Goes to the tin, dunks it down. Magic trailed by 2, 5.5 seconds remaining. No timeout here for the Raptors. Barrett has his pass knocked away by Wagner off Quickly's fingertips. It's Orlando ball with 4.7 seconds remaining.
Eric, we're standing in the studio here. What was I doing?
Calling for the timeout.
Timeout, advance the ball, and then use that rule that I can't stand, passing it into the back court. Calamitous. Disastrous.
Thought I was working with Don King for a second. Give me another one, Jonesy. Preposterous. 104-102. The Raptors clinging to a 2-point lead.
Inconceivable that we could see this on back-to-back nights, back-to-back games, a 16-point lead with under 8 to go, and you let not 1 but 2 get away.
The Magic will have a chance to at least tie, if not take the lead. I'm going to go back just to re-emphasize the point. Raptors leading by 17 points with 4:13 to go. They have scored 2 since then. They have been outscored 17-2. 2 points in 4 minutes and 9 seconds.
You could potentially lose this thing on a 3.
Corey Joseph is going to inbound for the Magic in the near corner. Quickly does not appear to be putting much pressure on the inbound pass.
Got to pressure the ball.
He's not. They get into Wagner, who cuts to the 10 and blows a wide-open layup. Scotty might have got a hand on that one. Loose ball is tied up. We're going to have a jump ball with 0.4 remaining. Wagner had a golden opportunity to tie this game on a beautiful cut to the 10, and he blew the layup.
Scotty Barnes fell asleep. First of all, quickly didn't pressure, so Corey Joseph had a free in, and there was a switch. Scotty fell asleep, and Wagner went right past him.
Like, that's a tie game. Wagner's going to be seeing that in his nightmares tonight. Mobo grabbed the rebound. It was knocked away by Joseph. It looked like it was Corey's hands that were in there more than anybody else. But now Wagner stuck a hand in there, and I believe they're going to try and get Wagner to jump it up. We'll see if the officials allow it or what's going to happen here. Well, they have put 0.5 on the clock, so there's now officially 0.9 remaining in the game.
Just bat it the other way. If you're Toronto,
it is going to be Corey. It's Joseph against Mobo.
Mobo, you're going to get up there. Just bat it to the other end. You don't even have to try. Don't tip it towards your basket.
Swat it towards center.
Swat it. Hammer it towards the other end.
0.9 remaining.
Clock starts on the tip.
Ball is up. Mobo missed it on the swat, but the ball comes straight back down. The Raptors grab it, and they hold on for the win. We should probably be, not even probably, we should be in overtime right now, as Wagner blew that layup that would have tied the game, and the Raptors escape a disastrous end for a second straight game. 104-102.
Wow.
The Raptors win it, and you know what? At the end of the day, they're not going to ask how. They'll just ask how many. That's a tick in the win column for the Raptors as they get the first of 2 in Orlando.
Far from pretty, but they end up with the win. And you'll take it if you're Toronto.
We'll step aside for the break, come back with final stats, and then get set for post-game coverage as, again, the Raptors win 104-102 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Plus 157. 7 p.m. Houston Dynamo take on Inter Miami on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. Spanish feed on Internet, $19.99. In the NBA, 3:30 p.m. Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Portland Trailblazers. Cavs on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 885. Trailblazers on Internet 904.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 brings you expert analysis from former players, coaches, and executives, plus reaction to all the latest news on the only 24/7 station dedicated to the National Football League.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. October 1st, 1932. In the 5th inning of Game 3 of the World Series, Babe Ruth of the New York Yankees, the heart and soul of the franchise, strode to the plate facing Charlie Root of the Chicago Cubs. The score was knotted up at 4 runs apiece. Hearing the jeers from the Chicago faithful, Ruth pointed his bat towards the center field bleachers. Or was it at Root? Or was it at the fans rooting against him? That debate rages on to this day, but one thing is certain. After taking 2 strikes, Ruth walloped the ball, sending it over 440 feet into center field for his 15th and final career postseason home run. The Yankees would go on to win that game 7-5, and a day later completed the sweep of the Cubs. That's what the record books show. What they don't show is whether or not the so-called called shot was truly what it has been called for almost a century. Film from the game failed to shed any definitive light on the matter, and Ruth himself gave varying accounts of that game for the rest of his life. Why let the truth get in the way of a great story? Most baseball folk in attendance that day doubted the tale. What is known as the called shot myth had life breathed into it by overzealous New York sports writers, including some who weren't even at the game. Over time, it became part of baseball lore that the Sultan of SWAT called his own shot that day. Regardless, whether he did so or not, most people understandably believe that if anybody could have called their own home run, it could only have been the Babe. Charlie Root went to his grave insisting there was no called shot. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Sunday, March the 2nd. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS, 5 p.m., Vancouver Whitecaps take on LA Galaxy on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 157. 7 p.m., Houston Dynamo take on Inter Miami on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 157. Spanish feed on Internet 1999. In the NBA, 3:30 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Portland Trailblazers. Cavs on Sirius XM Channels 86, Internet 885. Trailblazers on Internet 904. 5 p.m., Indiana Pacers take on the Chicago Bulls. Pacers on Sirius 161, XM 212, and Internet 891. Bulls on Internet 884. 6 p.m., Miami Heat take on the New York Knicks. Heat on Sirius 162, XM 213, and Internet 895. Knicks on Internet 899. 6 p.m., Orlando Magic take on the Toronto Raptors. Magic on Sirius XM Channels 167, Internet 901. Raptors on Internet 907. 7 p.m., San Antonio Spurs take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Spurs on Sirius XM Channels 86, Internet 906. Thunder on Internet 900. 8 p.m., Utah Jazz take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Jazz on Sirius 161, XM 212, and Internet 908. Pelicans on Internet 898. 9:30 p.m., LA Lakers take on the LA Clippers. Lakers on Sirius XM Channels 86, Internet 893. Clippers on Internet 892. 9:30 p.m., Phoenix Suns take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Suns on Sirius 209, XM 214, and Internet 903. Timberwolves on Internet 897. In the NHL, 3:30 p.m., Minnesota Wild take on the Boston Bruins. Wild on Sirius XM Channels 91, Internet 933. Bruins on Internet 921. 5 p.m., Carolina Hurricanes take on the Calgary Flames. Hurricanes on XM 219, Internet 924. Flames on Internet 923. 6 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the St. Louis Blues. Stars on XM 220, Internet 928. Blues on Internet 944. 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Nashville Predators. Rangers on XM 221, Internet 938. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the New Jersey Devils. Knights on Sirius XM Channels 91, Internet 948. Devils on Internet 936. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 3:45 p.m., Michigan faces Illinois. Michigan on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 85. Illinois on Sirius 210, XM 195, and Internet 957. 4 p.m., Kansas State takes on Colorado. Kansas State feed on XM 387, Internet 977. Colorado on XM 386, Internet 976. 4 p.m., UAB faces Memphis on Sirius 113, XM 201, and Internet 963. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 4 p.m., Iowa State takes on Kansas State on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 84. 4 p.m., Kansas faces Oklahoma State on Sirius 111, XM 198, and Internet 952. 4 p.m., LSU takes on Ole Miss on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 84. 4 p.m., Stanford faces Georgia Tech on Sirius 209, XM 194, and Internet 956. 4 p.m., Syracuse faces Boston College on Sirius 208, XM 193, and Internet 955. 4:30 p.m., Maryland faces Ohio State on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 83. 5 p.m., Washington faces Oregon on XM 389, Internet 979. 6 p.m., Florida State faces Duke on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 84. 6:30 p.m., Baylor faces TCU on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 81. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, March the 2nd. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In MLS, 5 p.m., Vancouver Whitecaps take on LA Galaxy on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. 7 p.m., Houston Dynamo take on Inter Miami on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. Spanish feed on Internet, $19.99. In the NBA, 3:30 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Portland Trailblazers. Cavs on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 885. Trailblazers on Internet 904.
Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite SiriusXM programming on demand with the SiriusXM app. Download it now for free.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. When Secretariat began preparing for his 2-year-old season back in 1972, his connections were not too thrilled with what they had. He was described more as a clumsy and
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Bulls and the Raptors. We really appreciate you being here. And normally we would say hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell here. But tonight we want you to go hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell for our friend David Kaplan's The Recap. He's here with a special message to tell you all about his channel. Take it away, Cap.
I'm David Kaplan from The Recap, that would be REKAP, on YouTube, which we record right after every Chicago Bears, Cubs, White Sox, and Bulls game to give you an inside perspective on what happened day to day with each of our teams. Plus, The Recap Rush Hour every afternoon, getting you caught up on that day's happening in sports, plus live shows with Felco, Football, Recap Live, and Lunch Hour with Ryan McGuffey. So follow The Recap on YouTube and click that notification bell so you never miss any of our content. Take that.
Thank you, Cap. Chicago fans, head over there and hit that like, subscribe, and check out Cap and Guff's awesome content. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go Raptors. Come on, we the North. We got to drown out those Chicago fans. Let's go.
XM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Utah Jazz take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Jazz on Sirius 161, XM212, and Internet 908. Pelicans on Internet 898. 9:30 p.m., LA Lakers take on the LA Clippers. Lakers on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 893. Clippers on Internet 892. 9:30 p.m., Phoenix Suns take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Suns on Sirius 209, XM214, and Internet 903. Timberwolves on Internet 897. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the New Jersey Devils. Knights on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 948, Devils on Internet 936. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, March the 2nd. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Utah Jazz take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Jazz on Sirius 161, XM212, and Internet 908. Pelicans on Internet